for a hero.
And we are here and we are live. Guess what we're live with? It is a brand new program on Carrion Comfort Studios. It's not Iron City by Night. If you're here for that, then you can go check out the YouTube for that. We're here for Crack the Sky Alpha, Transmission 1, Oblivion. If you don't know what Crack the Sky Alpha is, then you haven't been paying attention to the Discord or my Twitter for the past several weeks. This is a actual play live stream using the Lancer system developed by Masiff Press, and it is a very anime, metal influenced Starship Troopers, Gundam. It's queer as fuck, all these good things. And we're going to have a great time and a great show this evening. Before we get into it, and before I introduce my wonderful castmates around me here, I want to do a little bit of announcements that we have. First off, check out the YouTube if you want to catch any of the previous shows like Kingdom Hearts Interstitial War, or Iron City by Night, or Rage Across Birmingham. They're all there on the YouTube. Go subscribe. Go, give them a bunch of love and everything. Appreciate it, because that's where all the streams get archived. All the VODs on here, they go away after 60 days. Can't help it. That's Twitch, They don't want, that's go talk to Daddy Bezos, who's not Daddy Bezos anymore. There's somebody else. But, go talk to them about that. But what you can do is subscribe to the YouTube. Also, you can hit us up on Discord. We are all over Discord. Well, not all. We technically all over Discord. We're all over Discord and Discord and everything like that. We have a Discord that you can go hop in. You can talk about this show. You can talk about our other shows. You can talk about politics. You can talk about kinks. We have a section for that. Art that you want to promote. Comic books. Video games, all that. If you want to talk about 9-foot-tall vampire ladies, you can go and talk about 9-foot-tall vampire ladies there. So go ahead and check out the Discord. Boom. I'm hitting that link. So I'm just the maestro of the keys right now. Okay. On top of that, I have an even bigger announcement. So, as announced a few days ago, we have a Patreon now. Carrion Comfort Studios has a Patreon now, where you're always wondering, man, I really want to directly support the stream, but I don't want to give money to Twitch because that supports Amazon, and I can't fucking stand Amazon. Well, guess what? You're in luck. Now you can help directly support the stream, not only by buying merch and everything, but by signing up for the Patreon. And for this first month, you get a free fucking sticker that has, I haven't shared the design yet, but it's going to be like a founder's badge and everything like that, like a real cult has. You got like a founder's patch and everything like that, but it's a sticker. But I'm working on a bunch of exclusive merch that you can't find on thirsttrapmothman.threadless.com. That's going to be for the Patreon. If you sign up for the highest tier, then you get to be part of a monthly game that I'm going to be running and that we'll have other people playing in. I'm also going to be doing a shit posting podcast in there, a bunch of other stuff, exclusive content, notes to all of my games, one-shots that I haven't published yet and that I can't publish because, free use laws don't apply to Alien, things like that. Go ahead and check that out. If you hit the Patreon right there, that link, then you can sign up, throw money at me so that all of that money, and it has the goals laid out there, but when we hit certain amount of goal, amount, then that means I get to start being able to pay the mods. So Zeke and Big Dad here start getting paid at a certain goal amount if we make a certain amount of money. The cast members that you see around me start getting paid if we hit a certain goal amount with everything. I get to potentially stop working at a dead-end job and worrying about the vacuum that is my life, and I get to focus on making content for all you people if we hit a certain goal. I think the biggest goal is if we hit it, then I'll just buy a fucking farm and then I'll just start a commune. That's, so go ahead and check that out. It's good stuff. And I'm putting a lot of work into it, and I'm going to continue to put a lot of work into it. So, I think that's all the announcements that I have. So before we get into everything, I want to go around here, around this group, and I want them all to introduce themselves, who they are, and who they'll be playing, and then I'll get into my whole little spiel about, what this game is that you're going to be watching, and then we'll go from there. So, starting with on the very top, let's go left to right, top to down, right there. My good friend, the Phasing Octopus. Go ahead and introduce yourself there, Derek.
What's up? I'm the Phasing Octopus. I make music. I stream video games. I paint. I will be playing Corolla 11, aka Drift. Former Formula Infinity driver, turned mech pilot.
Excellent. And there's going to be some music that you hear tonight, and the music that you heard at the top of the show, and the music that you heard at the top of every Iron City by Night episode was produced by the Phasing Octopus here, my main man, Derek. So go ahead, give him a follow on that Twitter that you see below. Go ahead and check out his Bandcamp, all of that good stuff. There'll be links popping up here occasionally that you'll be able to see that as well. All right, and then next, we have Zeke. You are muted. Software.
Yeah. Hi, I am Zeke, and I was muted, apparently. Hey, nice to see everybody here. I'm super excited about this game. Usually I do all of my shout-outs at the end of the episode, but since this is episode 1, we'll do them now. I'm the founder and president of We Are Games, which you can find at the Twitter handle underneath my face. I'm also a mod, both for the Twitch and the Discord for Carrion Comfort Studios. Today and every Sunday for a while, I'm going to be playing Saturday Vesper, also known as Weekender. It's a pun. Who used to be a non-human person, technician. Not NHPs or AIs in the Lancer universe.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's all I got for you for right now.
Perfect. And next we have the main man, the GIF maker himself, Zak.
Hey everybody, I'm Zak Vaudo. I am a perpetual live stream actual play gamer. You'll find me on ATL by night, you'll find me on Vancouver Adjacent by night, you'll find me on whatever Gehenna Gaming ropes me into, and now you'll find me on Carrion Comfort, both here and occasionally on the Interstitial Wars. But tonight, I am your super soldier turned celebrity mech pilot, Stahl Empyrean, call sign, HELLBEAST.
Excellent, excellent. And next we've got, you know him, you love him, he's your, mine, and our Big Dad.
Hi, I'm Big Dad. I'm also a mod for Wes. I am Sergey on Rage Cross Birmingham, which is every other Saturday. You should watch it. Just watch it. It's awesome. I am playing Emil King, also known as Pinto, the King of Crash, stuntman turned mech pilot.
Perfect. And next we've got, you know her, you love her, she's from Kingdom Hearts The Interstitial War, Leslee.
Hey y'all, so I'm Leslee. I do a video game podcast on top of being part of Interstitial War. Hot Garbage Game, you can find me there. But tonight I will be Cinder Atlas, or call sign ICEBOX, your friendly mechanic hacker.
Perfect. And last, but certainly not least, a dear good friend of mine, Oz.
Hey, I'm Oz. You cannot find me anywhere, but I'm usually performing occult sacrifices in secret places. Tonight I'm going to be playing Riker Choi, a straight-laced soldier turned mech pilot with a dark and troubled past.
Excellent. And you know, if you do want to be friends online with Oz, we've got his Venmo down below. That's the only social media that he's got. That's all he's got. So, you know, if you want to hit him up on Venmo, be friends with him, go ahead and do that. I think that was the first time when I first met you. That's the first thing. You're like, here, add me on Venmo. And I was like, here we go. I know this is going to be a very beneficial and loving relationship that we have here. All right. Perfect. All right. So, now, hard cut. Boom. Black screen. what's that? Ambient music? Oh. So, we start. 1 second. Got to get... There we go. I wrote something. Whew. Okay. You are all Lancers. Exceptional mech pilots that have joined the ranks of a mercenary company called the Vulture Brigade. The year is 5016U, and the galaxy is home to trillions. At the core of humanity's territory, there is a golden age, but outside of this newly won utopia, the revolutionary project continues. The Vulture Brigade is a highly sought-after company that has more than earned its right to charge top dollar to be the best of the best. No mission is too dangerous, no battlefield too dangerous, and there's no enemy off limits. You all come from very different backgrounds and cultures. And though you're just a greenhorn for the Vulture Brigade, you've proven that you can find a place amongst their most talented and famed cavalry. You've been given your first assignment, as a squad, to the ice planet of Karelia. There's been news of clashes between the New Humanity Front, their skirmishing forces, and the New Humanity Front is a far right-wing group that makes up a certain part, a quadrant, of the Union. And they're trying to strike against the New Solidarity Coalition, a group of far left individuals that are part of the Union as well. And they're outpost troops that have had control of the planet Karelia for the past 20 years. The contract is to provide backup for the NSC and help them stave off the NHF attacks until reinforcements can arrive to support the outpost troops. You 6 and your commanding officer, Heracles Garza, are on your way to the forward operating base, Daler's Fingers, on the Vulture Brigade Cutlass, Mirror Messiah. That's where we meet each of you. You see the Mirror Messiah cutting a swath through the blackness of space, breaking up the stars that make up the background. In it is like a skyscraper that has been turned on its side, a series of rectangles, metal plates, and spires that have been welded together. It's normally made up in part of one of the main defensive cutlasses of the flotilla, the Nest, which is the main headquarters, the mobile headquarters for the Vulture Brigade. But for this job, it was sent to provide backup for the operations that are going to be happening in Karelia. It's a big contract. It's a very, very lucrative contract. And your leader, Tolstoy Sonata, wanted to make sure that you had the best of the best, the top-of-the-line gear. The camera pans across it, and you see Mirror Messiah with the Vulture Brigade's emblem painted along the side, and the camera moves inside a docking bay. And immediately, it's loud. There's intense noise of different people moving about, preparing, getting ready for a drop. There, we see first up, a hot pink mech sitting in a bay. Lights, Christmas lights, and music playing from it. Saturday. Can you describe your character, your mech, and what Saturday is doing currently? Muted.
Sorry, trying to make sure I don't have background noise while you're narrating.
No, you're fine.
So, Saturday's got the mech in the bay and doing like checkups on it, making sure everything's running nice and smooth, you know, giving it a nice, what's the word I'm looking for? Giving it a polish, making sure it looks swanky. And the mech, its name is Arcade. It's a big pink and purple fella with, how do we want to describe this? Most of the body is pink with some purple and black highlights here and there. The head is purple with a big black and white collar around it, and it's got big epaulets that are purple as well, with some spikes coming off of the arms. And Saturday's up on one of the epaulets near the head. They've got what is that thing called? Subjectivity Enhancement Suite, which is like a suit or a part of their suit that's got like little tethers that let them jack directly into their mech. So while they're giving it a nice polish, they're also running checks in virtual reality inside their head. And Saturday themselves is a pretty like small framed person with bright purple hair, currently tied back in a bun to keep it out of their face, wearing a iridescent shiny jacket slung over their shoulders.
Perfect. And as you're doing that, you can hear over what you're doing, it kind of peaks in the back, something distracting, as the camera pans across the alley, or the galley, I guess I could say, to the bay directly across from you. That's very stark. It's clean. It's sleek. It seems top of the line, and you can see that there's like pennants hanging up and different trophies that are hanging up on shelves and everything. As we see Karelia, you getting ready with your mech and everything, and you can just hear that down-tempo techno music that's being cranked louder and louder as you're getting ready and you're doing some tune-ups. Can you describe to everybody what Karelia looks like and what his mech looks like as well?
All right. On the outside, the Diamond Damocles Mark 1 looks like somebody's corporate mastermind decided it was a good idea to put sponsor stickers all over the Diamond Damocles. Under the stickers, it's a matte black with white racing stripes across the front with a purple accent going along the white racing stripes. Karelia, the inside, is fitted with LED lights all over the place, pulsing to music. Think of Karelia as like E.O. Fleming from Gundam Thunderbolt, as like music is very a part of how he moves. And so you look at Karelia, his suit's black, sponsor stickers on it. He wears a white coat on top of it, over his shoulders, because every moment he's around is a photo op, because he's a famous racer. And so, like, Karelia's sitting in the cockpit, eyes closed, nodding his head. Everything's looking good, and he's ready to roll.
Perfect. And everything is almost perfect and ready to roll when you hear a boom from the bay next to you, and your bay kind of rocks a little bit, and then this framed photo of yours that you keep on the shelf next to your trophies and everything falls off, and you can hear a crack as it seems the glasses hit the concrete floor. Karelia, you lift yourself off very smoothly and sleekly out of the cockpit of your mech, slide down it, and you pick up and you see a photo of you and your family after your first win, and the glass is shattered, and then trying to figure out what happened, you grab a step stool and you climb up of it and you look over your bay walls and you see there's a cloud of smoke coming from this mech where we see there are beer cans and there are pizza boxes and just a series of accoutrement of random shit and clothes. And you see underneath, legs sticking out, Emil King. Emil, could you go ahead and describe yourself?
Emil is, well, you can see his legs. I guess right now he's wearing like a mechanic's jumpsuit, horrifically stained. He's right now he's ripping out all of the safety equipment in his mech to optimize his efficiency. You see the turbo encabulator really just slows down the reaction time of the mech, so we need to whip that out and just to enhance our speed. And sometimes we do that, it causes some sort of sonic effect, like you just saw. But luckily, it's not messed with my sweet blue and red paint scheme that I have on my mech. There's also a large picture of a snake wearing a crown. Snake 433 is pretty gaudy, blasting crust punk right now. Just strapping bombs to it, getting ready to go.
Perfect. And you kind of slide yourself out, Pinto, and you're like, yeah, that should be enough. You notice it's kind of smoky. And you're coughing, and you're waving your hands around. And we look at the bay across yours, and we notice there is a little bit nicer, ones to say. It's still a little bit messy, but it seems like it's somebody that does take care of themselves. And somebody that it compartmentalizes a lot, keeps things in boxes, as well as keeps themselves in boxes. But you see that it seems like fresh out of college chic for this mech bay. As we see poking her head out of the window, or out of the pit of her mech, after seeing the explosion of smoke, rock from Pinto's mech, we see ICEBOX, or Cinder. Cinder, can you describe yourself and your mech, please?
Sure. So I think Cinder has a really clean looking mech. It is a I think dark bluish color, but when it hits the sunray, it actually sparkles. Because why not?
Why not?
So, but otherwise, there's not a ton of detail on the outside. Like I said, pretty sleek and that dark blue. But yeah, when the sun hits it, it sparkles. I think before Emil Pinto decided to blow up his mech, she was checking to make sure the Omni hook that she has was mounted safely and securely in the back of her mech, and was just kind of doing a systems check before she leans out and just gives Emil a look. And I think she would call out to make sure he's okay, and be like, "Oi, are you all right over there?"
Just a hand. You just get an okay symbol. I'm okay.
So, and then Cinder otherwise is I'd say taller than the average girl. She's probably 5'8". Her hair is up in double buns. She always has a sparkling color of lipstick on. Today it's brown. And she always has her makeup done. So she is ready to go. I think she has a subjectivity enhancement suite as well, because she was plugged into her mech. But she always wears a flannel over her mech suit, or her pilot suit.
Perfect. And as you're getting the OK symbol, then all of a sudden you hear crackling as you hear the movements of a mech stepping down and getting ready to go into their bay. You see very sleek, enhanced with all the latest accoutrement, and the cockpit kind of opens so that you can see exactly who is driving it. We see Stahl. Can you go ahead and please describe yourself for not just the benefit of us, but everybody watching as well?
The mech that you see is a gunmetal paint job with a bright red Oni face over the cockpit for branding that is now opened up to reveal Stalinperia. Striking swaths of red and yellow mark the mech, giving accent to the sleek exterior. Built sturdy as hell, standing on legs that look capable of lifting this behemoth off the ground at a moment's notice. Looks like a demon made out of steel and fury. In one hand is a wicked tactical heavy blade. The other holds an impossibly large cyclone pulse rifle. With its thing walks towards the bay window. Stalin Carrion, piloting it, like he's hardly paying attention to it, like it's second nature. Shades on. Kind of weird that their shades on, doesn't need it inside, but maybe there must be a reason, right? The entire time he's on his headset, he's talking with his manager, like, no, it's gonna go fine. Some job on an ice planet, just make sure that you keep broadcast up. You can get a full stream back and, do our shit, right?
And you hear from your manager, he goes, yeah, I guess we're gonna keep a stream on everything like that, but it's an ice planet, so it's gonna mess with the reflections and everything like that. Like, this is a very sensitive, like, scientific technology that I'm not sure that you understand. I definitely don't understand, Stahl.
I don't gotta understand it, I just gotta do the job and look good doing it. Same as always.
Okay, well, we'll make sure that we try to get as much as we can for you so we can make sure that all the kids have all their perfect HELLBEAST line of toys and drink cups and everything, all right?
Look, if you can't get a whole lot of shots, just call it a fucking highlight reel and let's be done with it.
And you almost step down and you stop as you notice somebody has moved in front of you and they're not really paying attention. But, like, you stop just in time as you see somebody making their way to their own mech bay. And that mech bay is very Spartan. It doesn't contain any of, like, the excess or anything that shows personality or what they need, as you're about to stand on Riker Choi. Riker, can you go ahead and describe yourself and what your mech looks like in its bay?
Yeah, so my mech is known as the Baby Daddy. It is a murdered out mech that you'll notice carrying an assault rifle with 2 tactical knives strapped to either leg. Riker Choi is wearing a tactical black turtleneck, tight black leather pants, and sits at a cool 5'6", looking like a femboy John Wick. He's currently in the process of making sure that his interior is optimized for weight reduction and that he has everything he needs to survive on this ice planet. He also wants to make sure he has everything everyone else needs to survive on this ice planet, including his flashier compatriots.
Perfect. As you shoot a glance to HELLBEAST, and I'm sure he shoots a glance right back, and you make your way. As you're all making your way back in to your bays, making everything, make sure that it's all good, top of the line, taken care of. You all hear crackling over.
Oblivion Unit 01. Oblivion Unit 01, make your way to mission briefing. Make your way to mission briefing. Over. Yeah, no, I'm sure they know exactly who they are. No, you don't have to give me shit every time I'm using it. What do you mean it's on?
And then you hear the crackling as the loudspeaker goes off.
I gotta go, I'll call you back. I just hang up on the manager.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna like shout out and say, everybody hear that? It's time to check in.
How could you not fucking hear it?
I didn't know if you were too busy on the phone, HELLBEAST.
Not busy enough to watch where I'm going. You ever used a crosswalk before?
I'm focused on the job.
Yeah, I know. That's why I almost stepped on you.
As they're
I'm just gonna hop down from the mech.
Perfect. As they're taking stabs at each other and barbs at each other, what are the rest of you doing?
Corolla looks over and goes, "Fucking idiots," and heads out.
Immediately, with all the class and style of an F Infinity racer, just moving out, not even waiting for the rest of the group. How about you three? Saturday, Cinder and Emil.
Saturday's gonna disconnect their subjectivity enhancement suite from the mech, but before they do, they're going to say goodbye to their AI,
Mm-hmm.
and then hop down and probably just follow after Drift.
Perfect. And Cinder and Pinto?
Pinto is going to close off the coolant valve he's working on right now, and so it doesn't leak everywhere and cause a meltdown, and head out.
Perfect. As you grab a rag and you make sure you turn down that coolant a little bit.
There.
And as you're making your way out of your bay, you see there's an engineer like standing by, waiting. Like one of the engineers of the Vulture Brigade, they're wearing their purple overalls, but like it's kind of turned around. He's got like a fire extinguisher ready, and he goes, "Thanks a lot."
I know what I'm doing.
Excellent. And then ICEBOX. What about you?
I think Cinder had a cup of bubble tea in the car in her mech with her while she was finishing wrapping her stuff up, so she's gonna grab that and then jump down and make sure she takes it with her and follow after Pinto, and like look at that mechanic and like give him like a thumbs up.
Perfect.
And then continue on her way.
He gives like wipes his head and gives a thumbs up. You're all kind of distantly moving and everything like that when you all make your way further down the bays, and then you leave your area of the bay, and they're all kind of sectioned off. You've got yours that's marked Oblivion Unit 01. As you start making your way past the next unit, so to speak, which is what you could say is probably your closest thing to rivals, which is the Berserker unit. And you see that they have all of their mechs. They have knocked down the walls of their bays, and they have all of their mechs together in one side, and they've turned the opposite side into a workout place. And you see there the squad leader, Velma Zim, is sitting and doing some chest presses, and is just lifting. And then you see the older one, I guess you could say the berserker of the berserker unit, Constantine Wu, his older gentleman, about 60 years old with a bandana, mullet, a handlebar mustache, is spotting for Velma. And you see sitting off to the side reading a magazine that could only be described as pure smut. You see their support guy, night nurse, Declan Ibanez, who is just kind of like flipping through the pages. And Declan looks like a starting to age rocker. He's wearing a denim vest that has patches all over it of different bands, and he's wearing a shirt here that says Stud Patrol on it. It's like a crop top, Stud Patrol, and he pops up when he sees all of you walking, and he goes, "Oh, wait! What do we got here? We've got the..." Looks back over at Velma. "The Oblivion unit. Oh, puts up hands and stuff like that. Goes, "What y'all got? You've got a great big job or something. I'm sure it's very important, isn't it?" And then you hear Constantine go, "Hey, leave them alone, Declan, all right? They've got enough trouble as it is trying to maintain themselves as a squad as they do having to deal with you having to poke barbs at them and everything." He goes, "Oh, they could take it. Look, they got some hot shots on there." And Declan kind of moves close to HELLBEAST and like looks in HELLBEAST's like sunglasses, and then kind of adjusts some stuff that's in his teeth, sucks them, and then
I'm flicking his finger the moment that it touches his teeth.
Touches his teeth, and then he goes, "Oh, go ahead and let's go ahead and get a first roll out of here, huh?"
Sure.
What do you say? All right, perfect.
Sure. What am I adding to it?
We're gonna go ahead and we are going to add your oh, what would that be? Ooh. Are you using a trick?
I wouldn't exactly call it brutal unarmed combat or anything, but
no. But I think that's the closest thing that we would have to that. So
I think so too.
Yeah, let's go ahead and use that.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show it to the camera, even though it'll probably look like shit. But that is gonna be a 19 plus 2, so for a 21.
Ooh, yes, amazing. And so what's great about Lancer is that there's certain roles here that with this it's kind of like D&D. where you roll a d20 and you try to see if you succeed or you fail. The thing is, with most rolls for narrative checks, you have to roll at least a 10, or you or if you get under a 10, you fail. But you get a 21. That's a great success. As you fast, quicker than light, just flick the finger, and so Declan flicks his own like face, it seems, with his own finger, and he goes, "Oh, which one of you did that? Which one of you did that?" And then he starts getting ready to fight, and you hear a clang as Velma lets themselves up and moves over and grabs Declan by the back of the denim vest and looks at you all and goes, "Don't you all have anything better to do than messing with my medic, huh?" Nothing?
I'm going to get involved. Riker will walk up, see that HELLBEAST is causing trouble, and see what's going on. He'll sort of walk up to HELLBEAST and be like, "Really? More trouble?" I'll look over at the other squad and say, "Sorry about that. He's got a temper."
Declan goes, "You don't have to speak for other people, all right? We all know what you are, you old tentacled fuck." And he's like, "I think I'm fine. I don't know. I think they broke my nose." And Velma just grabs his chin and goes, "You're fine. You didn't break anything."
Your guy calls my guy that again, I will.
Look, we don't have any problems, all right? You stay in your lane, and I'll make sure, and Velma looks over at Declan, that we stay in ours, okay?
Fine by me.
We're almost lost. And he
Riker's
just keeps
just gonna-
walking.
Got it.
Riker's just going to adjust his turtleneck, kind of pull it up over his neck tattoo. You can see sort of a small, thin, purple tentacle poking out that he promptly covers up. And he looks at the other squad and says, "That's not me anymore, okay?" Makes his way forward with everybody else.
Look at everybody. Wink at Constantine. Leave.
I'll start walking off. Constantine just kind of chuckles, and then you hear Declan go, "That's not me anymore," and then a smack in the back of the head as you see Constantine pops him in the back of the head and then moves him over and goes, "Spot me," and like sits down on the workout bench. You all make your way up through the halls and the steps, off the metallic steps inside Mirror Messiah. As the camera pans up as you walk over, and you walk up to a catwalk, and we see there are immense other docking bays of different mechs and artillery units, of drop ships and infantry units. Is that this cutlass is made for one thing and one thing only, and that's doing mercenary work. And mercenary work is not work that is done with kid gloves. And you can tell with the immense profit, with the immense financial backing that Vulture Brigade has, it's taken over. Everything's top of the line. You make your way, and you all go to an elevator. Karelia is already there first, hits the button, the door's open, it's empty. You all get in, and you're just kind of standing, awkward silence as you hear the
I liked the remix better.
Can I know the words?
Yes, yeah, you'll know the word. It's so what it is an old tune from Calliope Industries, which made like different food, protein bar supplements and everything. And it's an old jingle that has been repurposed into a hit single song that has now been repurposed into an elevator jingle. But yeah, Riker, Riker underneath your breath, just like singing along.
Yeah, I'll kind of pause for a second. You go, "They just can't leave anything alone, can they? This used to be a classic."
As you get to the top, and it says, "Mission Control," as you hit, "Thank you for riding. as you all step off the elevator, and you see these sleek white halls with arrows going along, pointing you to different briefing rooms. And you see over briefing room 2, there is Oblivion unit -01 is where you're all set to sit at. You all make your way there. And the doors open for you as you see a smaller kind of amphitheater style seating, where you all walk in and you see that there's like just a varied slope down, steps leading down to a holographic table, and there's seats leading up in like a raised seating, like an amphitheater. And at the very bottom, you see a gentleman with green twists, side shaved, undercut, a eye patch, and he's wearing a standard issue Vulture Brigade armor, but he's got a cloak over his left arm, and his right arm is holding up a this little holographic cube, and you can see image there of a certain Tolstoy Sonata, the head of Vulture Brigade, talking to him. This is Heracles Garza, your CO. And he's just sitting there and he's talking and you're going, I understand. No. I'll make sure it's taken care of. No, of course. Yeah, they're here right now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Closes it. Very good. Very good, Greenhorns. Nice to know that you can all make appropriate decisions on being on time, and you can follow instructions. Why don't you go ahead and take a seat? And he gestures towards the seating for all of you.
Grab a seat about towards the middle and just kind of recline into the seat.
I'm going to salute and then make sure my shirt's tucked in and then sit down. Perfect posture.
Heracles chuckles to himself.
I grab a seat and I just lean back in it.
Perfect. Everybody else? Just
I grab a seat near the front.
Perfect. All right. And as you all sit down and you've prepared, Heracles adjusts he clears his throat a little bit and he goes, I'm sure we're all been introduced to each other. You can call me Heracles Garza. I'm going to be your commanding officer for this mission, hopefully for more missions to come. I know your last one was run out of town after certain Emil here decided that he was going to take off the safety equipment during training, and he said he didn't want any part to do with you all. I know it's not lost on any of you that you were picked to be a part of VB for your skill sets, but I want you all to remember that even though you have these skills, it doesn't mean that you're free without scrutiny. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
But any other way.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. All right. So, what we're doing, what you're being called for, your mission, is we're going to be dropping down. We're doing an orbital drop from the Mirror Messiah onto the surface of Karelia. And then you see a hologram come up of the planet Karelia. It is an ice planet with like mists and clouds and rings around it. Karelia is a very, very important position strategically and financially for the NHC. It's also equally an important position for the NSF. Now, I don't have any concerns or any kind of worries about what we need to do to make sure that the NSF or the NSC or the NHF, it doesn't matter. But we've been hired by the NSC to make sure that they don't lose Daler's Fingers, which is their main outpost, to the NHF. Any questions so far?
Nah.
I've got one, sir.
Yes.
What does the NHF want with Daler's Fingers exactly?
Brings up another another diagram, holographic diagram, and you see that there are mountains that are jutting up from the icy surface of the planet that look like fingers overreaching, and you see that there's an outpost that has been built underneath the shelter of them, where you can see in real time right now there's live fire being exchanged from units outside of it, and then also units that have posted up in a siege. Daler's Fingers is in a very, very advantageous position right now. Not only does it have excellent cover and is considered almost impenetrable by siege, as so far impenetrable, but it's also sitting on a very, very lucrative silver ore deposit. Silver ore can be used for multitudes of different things. Also, with the suggestion of that means that there are probably a plethora of other minerals that are to be found underneath the surface. Right now, the NSC are trying to build more mines and to help try to mine the ore from the surface of the planet, but the NHF need it just as much as they do. It's all very trivial. It doesn't really matter. It just knows that we've been hired by one of them to fight against the other one.
Got it. One last thing. Are there any external threats we need to worry about? Obviously, there's the blistering cold, but what about wildlife? Any animals? Anything like that we need to worry about? Cave-ins?
Brings up a chart and he goes, so far, from what we've seen, there's no wildlife on this planet. Nothing whatsoever. The colds are too harsh to be able to maintain it. Seems that the NHF and the NSC are the only wildlife that you're going to be seeing out there. Though, if you do see any wildlife, be sure to tag it and bag it. We might be able to make a discovery, fetch in enough a hefty amount of coin for you. Something extra, a bonus perhaps. Now, I'll be dropping with you, but I'll be providing Overwatch support. As you know, my Lancer is outfitted top of the line to be able to provide covering fire for each of you. Though, just because I'm there doesn't mean that you're going to be completely protected. I need to make sure that each of you are willing to take care of yourself.
I mean, yeah.
One question.
For sure, Stall.
Is the Oblivion unit name is that a set in stone kind of thing, or is there room for a brand change?
God, not this again.
Look, I'm just saying, I've got a brand to maintain. It's important to keep. I mean, fuck, you heard like NHC, NHF, NHL, NBA. I can't keep track of this shit half of the time. We gotta be focused on this sort of thing if we're actually gonna see a cohesive unit.
Look, Oblivion Unit -01 is what you're called. That is your name. That is what you've been designated to by himself, by the leader of the Vulture Brigade himself, Tolstoy Sonata. Now, if you want to call yourself something else for your brand, and he holds up his hands, and you see that his left arm is cybernetic, and his right hand, and he does the quote-unquote for your brand, then you're more than welcome to, all right? But that's to be put up between you, everybody else, and your manager. Understood?
Noted.
One final thing.
Yes, Riker.
When I was going through my pack, I realized we're going to an ice planet, which means the sub-zero temperatures may stiffen up the joints of some of our mechs. Is there any way I could get an extra 5-gallon bucket of space grease just in case?
I'll go ahead and make an AC. He touches the right side of his head, and his eyes kind of flash a little bit, and he goes, I'll go ahead and put it on the drop list. Now, like I said, we're doing an orbital drop. That means we're going right out that fucking cargo bay in your mechs, and we're landing on the surface of the planet. Is that understood?
That's how I like to do it.
Anybody have any qualms against that?
Nope.
All right. They're going to have a dropship follow along behind us, but we're not getting the supplies on that dropship until we clear the airspace. That means that we've got to make sure that the NHF fucks that are down there taking pot shots at Daler's Fingers get knocked out, okay? So we're dropping into a live fire zone. As soon as we touch ground, we're right into a battle. Understood?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's just make sure we stay in formation this time, Pinto.
Don't get too excited, HELLBEAST.
This is what I live for, Weekender. This is what I live for.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get my mech ready. I suggest you all do the same. It turns the hologram off, and then it just goes up into a floating symbol for the Vulture Brigade, just kind of rotating a little bit. And he grabs a sniper rifle that's over in the corner of the room and walks through a door down below, leaving you all to have a little bit of downtime. Now, to explain everybody watching, Lancer has it set up for each mission that you have a briefing, and then you have downtime, and then you have the actual mission itself. So what each of our Lancers have here now is a bit of downtime to take care of anything that they want to. And it's laid out in the book, different things they can do and that they can roll on. And I do have that available. But also, we're playing a little bit fast and loose with this game here. So if there's anything that they need to do before this mission, they go ahead and they have the time for it, and then we can roll right into the mission. So, anybody?
On the way to the Met, Karelia goes over the stall, looks at him and says, "Hey, don't pull that cartoon character shit out."
Come on, Karelia. You know that I've got my shit to do, same as you.
Yeah, just look, man. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
I'm not gonna fuck it up. I've just got a brand to maintain. How's your sponsors doing?
I'm doing fine. Still kind of blackballed from the whole thing with disobeying team orders. But hey, I can't lose a race on purpose. Like, so what if my partner's moving too slow? Like, I can't lose a race on purpose.
No, they don't pay you to lose.
Exactly.
I get you, man. But don't you worry about it. You know what to expect out of me, and that's the good part. Means that you don't gotta worry about me hanging back or not being out front.
All right, don't get fucked up. Let's make it pretty. Man.
Perfect. All right, and you both head off to your mech bay. Anybody else got anything to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna get focused.
Perfect.
For me, that means I'm gonna go stand outside my mech, go through my pack, drink my last cup of hot tea before we get onto the ice planet. That should also give me a bonus skill trigger.
Yes. So as you're standing, what is it that you're wanting to improve?
I guess I'll improve assault.
Excellent. So yeah, you go ahead and you're taking the time to focus, looking over everything, drinking some tea. Go ahead and so what this is you're going to be getting a new trigger, temporary trigger for the mission here. So instead of improving assault, you're going to be getting a new +2 trigger. So this one, I think for what you're doing, we're going to get keep calm to carry on. So it's a +2 to be able to keep your wits in the heat of battle.
Heard.
As you're sitting there, and you see a different engineer, one of the engineers wearing their the purple overalls with the patch, the Vulture Brigade patch over, and he's wearing a trucker cap flipped up, comes up with a cart. So it's like a hover golf cart, and you see there's a 5-gallon drum in the back of it, and goes, "Hi, excuse me there.
Hey.
Is this Wrath?" Brings up a
yeah.
clipboard. Oh yeah, Riker Choi.
He'll reach in his jacket and say, "I have my own pen. Sign it." You can just put that right over there.
Perfect. All right, yeah, of course. Name's Malcolm, by the way. I'm going to be your all designated engineer for Karelia. Well, if you're able to clear the LZ, I'm going to be the one that's going to be piloting the dropship. So I just got to make sure sign this off, and I got your, and he slaps the drum that's got the space grease in it and goes, I got to make sure that I've got your grease in here, which I don't know what you're going to be using this for, but I'm intrigued to see it happen in concept.
Well, I was reading an article on the OmniNet that if you get into certain sub-freezing temperatures, it can stiffen up the joints on mechs. So,
oh, you don't say.
Yeah, it looks like Space Grease changed up their logo. It's a lot more tasteful now.
Well, that's good. That last logo was dog shite, wasn't it? It was just awful.
Yeah, I was embarrassed to be seen with it, to be honest.
Well, good. I'll go ahead and get this loaded up and taken care of, and you don't have to worry about a thing. Nary a thing. I'll be right behind all of yous. And he goes ahead and starts bringing it over and starts doing a double check. Okay, what is Weekender and ICEBOX and Pinto doing? Go ahead, Pinto.
Hey, Saturday and Cinder, do you need some extra heat sinks for your drones and E-War suite? I'm ripping them out of my mech to make sure my joints are properly heated.
Thank you.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit.
Oh, my bad. And Saturday's gonna be like, no thanks. Thank you though, but I think I'm good.
I mean, I'll take them. I always take spare parts.
We can overclock the hell out of your processing power.
I just like spare parts. I will certainly take them if you are not going to use them.
You look at you look over as you're talking about this, and you see a guy dropping off a 5-gallon drum over by Rasp Bay, and he goes, "Oh, wait, no!" and like runs over and goes, "Please, do not take off any of the safety features of your mech. If that happened, it could be catastrophic. Just thinking of a small micro nuke going off in a suburb in a small quaint town. Please don't do that." I'm Malcolm, by the way.
Hey, Malcolm, I won't take any spare parts off of your mech.
Go ahead and roll me a d20 there.
Roll a 1.
Roll the 1. He goes, "For some reason, I don't fucking believe you there, lad. I've got my eye on you, all right? I'm going to be your designated engineer for the rest of this time for this mission, all right? Oblivion unit. I'm starting to see why they call you that." And he like walks back over and starts grabbing more parts.
From down the bay here, I wanted a different name.
Excellent.
Does he really want his name associated with us?
So, anybody else anything to do with their downtime?
While we've got a little bit of downtime, Saturday is going to jack back into his mech, and they're gonna be doing a little check on the kind of the one kind of slapdash thing that's attached to Arcade, which is a experimental prototype weapon that they designed, and just making sure that's in as good of working order as experimental prototypes can be. Meanwhile, having a little what sounds like a one-sided conversation with the AI in their mech, whose name is Astucious. Just they're talking out loud, and Astucious is talking to them over their data plating.
Which you hear.
Are you sure you're comfortable with having to do an orbital drop Saturday?
Well, I haven't done a whole lot of those yet, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm worried. I'm worried about not only the chassis, the frame of your mech, but I'm also worried about you.
Well, thank you, Astucious. I appreciate that, but I thank you for autopiloting, so everything should be fine, right?
I've gone ahead and taken care of since the meeting that you've had with Heracles Garza, commanding officer. I've gone ahead and I've gone through 3,528 different scenarios of what could possibly happen with you and your team during this whirlpool drop. Out of those possibilities, I found that only 14 of them involves all of you surviving it. Out of all of those, the 14...
The odds, suspicious.
Noted. I won't tell you the odds anymore Saturday.
Thank you. I think our biggest danger is going to be Pinto over there. I'm afraid he might explode on impact.
Of the different scenarios that I've run, simulations I've run, and over 65% of them, Pinto does end up exploding on contact on the ground due to not having any safety features in his mech. It's quite worrisome, but he's doing it to himself.
Yeah, I think we just let Pinto worry about Pinto.
Noted. I will let Pinto, Emil King, worry about himself.
Thank you, Astucious.
Thank you, Saturday.
All right. ICEBOX, you need anything done? All right. Well, let me go ahead and check the time here. All right, perfect. We're right on track. You all go ahead, and you're getting your final notations done when you hear the stomping of a mech walking through the bay. When you see fresh new paint job on it to make it fit into icy tundra camouflage. The top of it is like a dome almost, and you see there's a cloak across it to help it blend in a little bit more. A mech carrying what seems to be like a massive, like take a 50 caliber bolt action sniper rifle, but times it so that it's sized perfectly with a Gundam, carrying it, walking down, and then the chest opens up of this mech, and the seat comes out, and you see Heracles Garza like touching some like hollow keys and pads and goes, "All right, suit up, you pieces of shit. It's time for us to roll out. We have to hit drop bay number 1. That's drop bay number 1." And you start hearing like womp, 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 alarms going off. And you see people kind of getting ready for this drop. And some of the engineers are going around and telling you all to move in. You see Malcolm running around, and he grabs like a helmet and like goggles, and he puts on a comms, and you can hear connected when you're wiring in to your mechs, and you're hooking up and connecting, and you kind of like sit and get ready in the cockpit, making sure all of your adjustments are tapping it. And I imagine that it's like ice boxes and weekenders and like drifts and HELLBEASTs are all like very like top of the line, but HELLBEAST has like a lot of like extra accoutrement on it, like stuff that his fans have sent him, things like that. But like PINTO's is very like, it seems like it's steampunk almost, like there's old gauges and knobs on it and everything. And then like Wrath's is very like Spartan, like very neat, taken care of, orderly, almost as to suggest like a previous military history. As you all kind of form in line, can I get a marching order, please, from who's in front all the way to who's in the back?
I'm willing to fight over going first with HELLBEAST if HELLBEAST is willing to fight over going first.
I'm gonna automatically move towards the front, but if Wrath winds up cutting in the front like last time, I'm just gonna give another.
Yeah, I'll cut up front, and then as I do so over the comms, I'll just say, "Last time you were up front, you broke formation."
Maybe everybody should stay in formation with me.
This is life or death, HELLBEAST. It's not about your brand.
Yeah, that's why you should stay in formation with me. Otherwise, you're gonna get hit.
And you hear a shh, shh, as a heavy slide pull as you see Heracles and goes, "I don't care who the fuck's in front, all right? You just know you're going to be behind me," and then turns and swivels and starts walking towards drop bay 1.
Well, you better stay in formation with him then. Otherwise, you'll get hit.
Perfect.
Saturday and Arcade are going to fall to the back of the group.
Perfect. So we've got HELLBEAST Wrath a little bit behind Heracles, and then we've got Weekender towards the back with Arcade, and in the middle we've got Pinto, Icebox, and Drift. Is there any specific kind of order that y'all want for that?
I'll go third.
Third, all right.
Drift comes in right behind Pinto.
Bold.
Very bold.
Oh no, the music is turned up.
Yeah, you just hear the throbbing as you're all going and making your way. So as you're all getting ready, you see on your heads-up displays as you're all wired in, you start seeing you all get into formation with like different heads-up, tactical map, different kind of views. It's got 5 dimensions, and you can kind of hear the thumb from Drift's mech there. As each of you are in line, you see all of your call signs pull up one by each of your tokens on the board, and then you see at the top of it, you see Heracles's, which is call sign Drop Shot. And you're all waiting and ready. And he turns around, you start walking in order, and then you hear like wolf whistles from the Berserker unit as they're all kind of sitting and like and all looking at you. You see some of the other people are kind of staring from their pods and their bays as you walk through and you get to the orbital drop bay, number 1, which is literally just a hole in the bottom of the ship that has a force, like a force field on it. And Heracles, you can hear over the intercoms, "Malcolm, can you hear us?" Malcolm goes, "Oh yeah, I can hear you there, boss. I think everybody can hear me. I hope so. Hey, saying, what does a fella gotta do to get one of these fancy call signs here?" And Heracles like gets up to the edge, turns and looks at the rest of you, and just goes, "First rule, you gotta survive." And then just like you see the mech and you hear the creaking of metal against metal as it just falls backwards into the orbital drop bay, flipping over, and then you hear thrusters as the boots, like the thruster boots on his mech, push him through the force field as he starts dropping down to the surface of Karelia. How are each of you dropping in? This is very important. Like I said, this show is anime as fuck, so it's very important how you all drop in.
The moment that he does that, you'll hear through the speaker. And he said he didn't care about branding. And I'm going to leap up, cross the mech's arms in front, and just like spear dive straight through the hole right behind him.
Amazing. Okay. All right. And then who's next?
I'm gonna speed load my assault rifle, sort of give it a twirl in the air, and then dive straight down like a diver.
Perfect. Just drive in, twirling, dive in. All right, who's next? We got Pinto, I believe.
Yeah. Disc out, jump down, and go down like it's a surfboard.
Perfect. Just grabbing a metal disc off the back of your mech.
Yes.
Perfect, and just riding it down. All right. Drift.
All right, so the mech squatted in like a sprinting position, like starting to get ready to sprint.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I max out the thrusters and just shoot straight out and do like a cartwheel mid-air and just drop straight.
Perfect. I mean, like just like catch like the runner stance, and then you just hear the igniters go on the thrusters, and it just pushes you forward, and then immediately like the mech just kind of forms and gets ready for the next position, and then the back thrusters hit, and then you drop immediately down. Icebox, and then we've got Weekender.
So I think the way ICEBOX approaches it is she was just gonna like run as though like like the kind of like jumping that a diver does before hitting the edge of the board and then jumping off, but she goes to pause for a second, so she more like as she looks through the hole, because she hasn't done an orbital drop before, and she tumbles out without any grace and is like kind of tumbling for a second as she falls, but then like rights herself and like is just diving forward as like straight. But it is a
Amazing.
clumsy tumble at first.
That's like, it reminds me of Bumblebee from Transformers, that tumble. Oh, God. Amazing. All right, and then last but certainly not least, Weekender, an arcade.
So Arcade kind of it has hung back a bit from the rest of the group as they've all done their thing, and then once everybody else is clear out of the way, it takes a running start towards the orbital drop hole, and at the last second leaps up into the air, and then with like one knee bent and the other leg straight out, just dives straight down with like toe pointed, like going for some kind of flashy superhero landing.
Amazing. Perfect. I'd love to hear it. As you all dive through this orbital drop bay and everything, you all have like you're all getting prepared, ready, you're all different ways, as you just hear the rush and then the vacuum. And what takes over instead is just the sounds of Drift's music coming from Drift's just his mech, as it's just playing over your loudspeakers, and you just hear it constantly just humming and thumbing and throbbing, as you all start heading towards this icy, rocky crag of a planet. And that is where we are going to take our break for this evening. So I can go ahead and get the battle map set up, provided to you by Shmeppy, shmeppy.com. It is a online tool play map where you can make whatever you want on it and use it as just an online a battle map. So you can go ahead and check that out at shmeppy.com, and also you can go and check out the supporter, John Sullivan. They are a great person. They put a lot of time into Shmeppy, and there's a link as well that's been popping up periodically in the chat where you can hit them up on PayPal or anything and throw them some love, because they don't have a Patreon or anything like that. They're just doing it as a passion project. So go ahead and take care of that, and then we will be right back. All right, and we're back, and we've got our fancy overlay on now, so you can see each of the wonderful logos that we have for that you see splattered and plastered on the side of our mechs here. So, when we last left off, we were all diving out of the Mirror Messiah, rocketing towards information, towards the atmosphere of Karelia. As you're all hurtling through and you start breaking through the atmosphere here, I'm going to need each of you to roll me a d20 and add your hull score to it, whatever that may be for your mechs.
$16.
16,
13.
13,
17.
17,
13.
A 9.
a 9.
11.
All right, perfect. Well, everybody that got over a 10, you're doing fine, all right? But as you start breaking through, you do notice that ICEBOX is not particularly chilled. And as you're hurtling towards the atmosphere, I'm going to need you to add 1 point of heat to your mech there, ICEBOX. As the heat, it starts getting a little hot there in your mech. Boom. All right, perfect. Okay. And you're all starting to hurtle towards, no problem at all. And Heracles comes up over the comms and goes, I've marked it there on your heads-up display exactly where you're landing, and you see a little arrow pops up on each of your heads-up display as you're hurtling towards the ground a little bit, pushing forward with your thrusters, and goes, try your best to land as carefully as you can. We're dropping into a live fire zone, so just be careful. As you are all making your way, you break through cloud cover, and you see these craggy mountain, finger-looking objects that are over this structure, this hunk of metal that's this fortress, Daler's Fingers. It's being almost protected by it, and you see kinetic live fire going from trenches in front of the ground. And let me go ahead and give us a little bit of a view here for everybody at home. Now, as you can all see, you can move your tokens and everything like that. You're dropping on this area where right here, let me grab my laser. Right here is trenches in the front. Here is the gate to the front of the fortress. And you all see Dropshot or Heracles break off. He's like, I'm going to try to make contact with Captain Lily Doyle. She's the one that's in charge of the outpost here. But you all try to see what you can do and clean up the mess that's outside. And he breaks off and starts moving and rocketing over towards here. So where you can see over here, where are each of you moving and landing?
I am going to aim to land about here. I'm not sure if you can see it. But
Yeah.
I'm aiming to land pretty close to the assault mech, and if I can do something fun with it, then I want to.
Excellent. All right. Once we get into positions where everybody's landing, then we'll get into initiative and we'll start figuring it out. What's great about Lancer initiative is that you're not rolling for initiative. Initiative is determined by is determined by players go first, then the GM or admiral goes first here. The game master goes second. So all the players are going to go first. They're going to figure out an initiative order that works best for them, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to move all the NPCs and the enemies around. It just keeps it cleaner, faster paced, and that's the whole point of this game is fast paced, fun, action, all that good stuff. All right, so we've got HELLBEAST's position right here. Let's go with Drift. Where are you trying to land?
Let's go with let's see. Like right here.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and move you right there. Excellent. Okay, Wrath, where are you trying to land?
I'm gonna try to make sure that I am in formation, which is this arbitrary thing that I haven't discussed with anybody, and land sort of right here in the center of combat.
Perfect. Okay, great. Right in the center, right about here. Go ahead and point with your leg.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Right there.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes.
Icebox, where are you thinking?
I think Icebox is going to kind of stay towards the back. And
Right
we'll
here?
probably stay like right here-ish.
Perfect. All right, I'll go ahead and drop you right there. Pinto?
I'm going to aim for this other assault mech.
Perfect. You're trying
Literally, if I can, I'm going to
Right on top?
and land right behind.
right behind. Perfect. All right. And
Yeah,
these
I'm gonna
points
kick
right
my
here, these
disc
blue
in.
points, are like glacial ice outcroppings that have thrusted out of the ground and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then Weekender, where are you trying to land?
I'm gonna aim for somewhere right around over here in between these trenches.
Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead, use GM real quick. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you're starting to rocket and get closer, you do see that there are clumps of infantry that are fighting against these infantry that are in the trenches here. Now, what is your initiative order as we're rocketing
Tinder.
towards here?
Icebox goes first.
I too nominate Icebox.
Why?
I have no reason. We previously discussed it, so
I am aware, and I was not a fan.
Well, it's already 2 for that, so.
Great. I love it. Thank you so much for your utmost confidence after I did a very smooth landing that nobody noticed I had an issue with.
Welcome.
Excellent. So we're gonna go ahead and have. You know what? We're gonna have fun with this. Initiative order, right here in the top corner. Ice. All right. No, this is dumb. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna do it like that. What we can do is I can make a separate dot though. Perfect. All right. So Icebox. Right there. Perfect. All right. Who's going next after Icebox?
I'll go ahead and nominate myself just for simplicity.
Perfect, for simplicity's sake. We're gonna go ahead and doop. HELLBEAST.
I'll
Perfect.
go after him.
Then doop. Drift. And then who's next?
I prefer to go last because Wrath likes to assess the situation and then go where is needed.
All right. We'll go ahead and do doop.
If Rat's going last, then I will go right before him,
All right. Weekender.
which leaves Pinto.
Doop. Pinto. Which are you going right there, right after Drift?
There's one spot left.
One spot left. Dupe. Perfect. All right. This is y'all's initiative order right up there on the top corner, right there. I don't have like typing that I can do off to the side there, but you know, you've got it. Perfect.
Understood.
All right, so ICEBOX, just to set the scene in front of you. There's snow and ice kind of swirling as you're seeing kinetic fire firing back and forth between the soldiers of the NSC right here in the blue and the NHF soldiers, as well as this scout mech is dashing from this point here, dashing up towards the line. As all of you are, and this is kind of like, think of it as like D&D where it's happening in 6 seconds, but you're the first one to land, and you kind of do a 3-point landing in your mech, and you look up, and you see this scout mech that is dashing up. You see these 2 assault mechs, and you see this engineer mech right here that is setting up a turret. It has a 3D print, essentially a 3D printer out, and it is 3D printing a turret currently. What are you doing?
Okay, so I think she's gonna do 2 quick tech options.
Okay.
What I would like to do is bolster, and I want to bolster HELLBEAST.
Perfect.
And then I want to lock on to the engineering mech.
Excellent. So go ahead, and do you have to do a roll for bolster at all?
I don't think so.
Don't believe so.
It just
Okay.
says choose a character within sensors to gain 2+.
Excellent. 2+. All right. So go ahead and mark that down there. You've got 2+. That's HELLBEAST, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent. 2+ HELLBEAST. You've been bolstered, and you're locking on. Which one are you locking on?
To the engineer mech.
Engineer mech? All right, cool. Perfect. Engineer mech. Boop. All right, perfect. And is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Perfect. As you start, it's it. And as you notice, as you as you land and everything, you notice the ice is starting to creep on your mech's feet. As you're like looking at like diagnostics cameras and everything like that, ice is starting to slowly form. It's slowly, but it's quickly for you. It's quickly for you, but it looks like it's like slow. As it's starting to form on your feet and everything. It seems like the conditions. It's very, very cold outside. And you see each of these mechs are like have a bunch of exhaust coming off of them. These NHF mechs, everything. All right, after ICEBOX, HELLBEAST, you land right outside the outcropping of this ice glacier, right in front of this assault mech. And this assault mech, they're emblazoned. They're Everest frames, just like yours. They're the General Massive Systems, just normal, that kind of line. But they're emblazoned in orange and yellow colors. And they don't have names or numbers or anything like that. Nothing that's kind of a custom that makes them or unique or anything like that. They all just seem the uniform color with a tentacled octopus emblazoned on the front of them.
All right. So I've landed. Are we true to scale here? So I'm about 6 outside of their range.
Yes, you're about 6 outside. Yeah.
All right. So as soon as I land, I'm going to use the Type I flight system that I've got to lift back up into the air.
Perfect. All right.
Move. I have to actually touch tokens. I gotta move within range and fire. I believe I'm within. What's danger zone range again?
Danger zone range is. Let me go ahead and bring up. I've got the book right here.
Yeah.
Isn't it like half heat?
I believe so. Half
Okay.
heat.
Well, I'll be getting there in no time. So move to there, and then I'm gonna keep the rest. I'm gonna keep additional movement if I have to dodge anything, and I'm going to fire the Cyclone Pulse rifle straight at this thing.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead and make that roll with the correlated. And let me see here. With
And
the
is that
bonus
plus
with that.
is that +2 to this roll or to damage?
That is +2 to this roll. The bolster is
Okay.
+2 to this roll.
All right. So D20. I don't believe there's any modifier on top of that, except for the +2,
Yep.
which gives me a 20 total. 18 + 2.
Excellent. As you just rocket into this guy, and let me go ahead and pull up. I'm sure that is past his AC to hit, but let me just go ahead and make sure. Boom, boom. Yes, go ahead, and as you do hit, he does not manage to evade. You just land right in front of him, and if this mech could have a face on it, it would go, "Oh shit!" Oh shit! Go ahead and roll the damage for this cyclone.
That's a 3d6 plus 3 damage.
3d6 plus 3 damage. Yep.
14 total.
14. Sheesh. And so how damage works in this is that the hull nullifies the hull capacity nullifies whatever they have on like damage. It subtracts, and that's what the damage they deal with. But you go ahead and so that the hull catches 1 point of damage from that thing as you just rock it into like the shoulder of this mech. And you see it does a crippling amount of damage to it. Amazing.
And on my speaker, I say to my manager, "Tell me you got that one."
You hear over it, "Oh yeah, we totally got that. They're going crazy," and you can see like a live stream as you see chat popping up, and they're going, "Oh hell yeah!" And you see HELLBEAST emojis just like popping up in the chat and everything, and then like some guys like hit F for that guy, and you see there are donations coming in, all this stuff. Perfect. You're getting subscribe counts coming in.
I'll keep the other half of my movement in case I have to evade.
Perfect. All right. Excellent. All right, and that brings us to Drift. Drift, what are you doing?
I want to move and intercept the scout mate.
Perfect. All right. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and bring up. And what is your movement?
Let's see.
For your mech, I believe it's your speed is 4. What is your mech speed?
It says 4.
4. All right, cool. So you are able to move. I want to make sure, because this isn't exactly true to scale, but you're able to move full length about right here to intercept it as it's breakneck, like running like a Titan on Attack on Titan. It's running straight at this trench of these guys right here, but you're able to move right around here. If you want to hit token and you can pick up your token, you can move them right around here.
All right. Okay. Stay like right about here. Stay like right there, right?
Yep. Right about right there. Yep. And that's your movement, and you just drift. You just kind of slide around this trench, and you could, if you were outside and there wasn't like wind whipping up and a blizzard working, you would hear the whoa from the trench right over here, and you still got your actions. What are you doing?
Okay. I have segment blade.
Okay.
And with that, I also have lunge, which when you attack with an auxiliary melee weapon, you may fly up to 3 spaces directly towards the target character before the attack. This movement ignores engagement and doesn't provoke reactions.
Perfect. Yes, you can.
All right. So I assume. All right, it says energy damage. What else?
Yeah, so you're gonna go ahead and make a
plus.
Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and make a D20 roll there.
Let's see. I am 7.
7, and do you have any pluses?
Let's see.
For your weapon.
It says D1d3 plus 1 energy damage.
Okay. Okay, so I don't think you hit, because you don't have any pluses. So you don't hit. Okay. So but you do intercept as you do lunge. So I'll go ahead and grab it. You do lunge to like you bring out your segmented sword, and as like you pull out from like your mech reaches in to like a side like holster on the mech's belt. You pull out a sword, and then like you start seeing like different parts of your mech come off of it and like form into this sword, this blade, and you go to strike this scout mech, but it brings an arm up, a forearm up, and like it crunches into it, and then we cut the camera to like two parallels where you see Drift like, ugh, I've got you, and then you just see the parallel of this just helmeted, nameless mech pilot that goes, not this time. As he brings up and he blocks your sword attack, but you are now engaged in combat with this scout mech.
All right.
Excellent. Okay, perfect. That brings us to Pinto. What are you doing as you're screaming down right, and you fly right across this assault mech, right across the bow here? What are you doing?
I kicked down my metal disc at him because it is actually one of my hex mines.
Oh my god, perfect. All right, great. Perfect.
I'm going to use my jump jets to survive the landing with a boost. So activate gears quick, boost is a quick, and then I'm gonna use I plan to use get the overcharge to get an action skirmish attack with my my fist melee weapon.
Perfect. All right. So he's got to. So you're dropping a hex mine. So on his turn he's got to make an agility save. Correct.
Yep.
All right. Excellent. And then you're going to do an attack there with your melee weapon.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, go ahead and make that roll for me there.
That is a 9.
A 9. All right. So you go and you bring it down on top of him, and this guy, he's ready for it. And he goes, not today, and he slides like he does like a Matrix or like a Mortal Kombat, like slides his leg around to like dodge out of the way of your melee attack. And what does your melee weapon look like, by the way?
It's like a power fist.
Just a power fist. Like as you try to like drop it down, like superhero landing on top of him, he slides out of the way, but he doesn't realize that your metal disc is actually a mine. As you hear like his mech's foot triggers it, and you hear the stink. As it starts getting ready to prime itself and explode. What are you? Is there anything else that you can do action wise?
I think that's it.
All right, perfect. As you just landed, you noticed that there is ice starting to form on your mech as well. Drift and HELLBEAST, you noticed that there was ice starting to form, but then you moved and it broke off.
Yeah, also, just as a note, I'm still airborne, which means
Perfect.
I'm actually going to take 2 heat due to one of the things I've got on me.
Excellent. Go ahead and mark that heat.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Excellent. That brings us to Weekender.
All right. Question to start off.
Okay.
It says our sensors are up to 10 units. About how far is that on this map? Can you show me?
10 units? You can do it up to 10, release them up to 10 units, correct?
Yeah, anything with my sensors are 10 for this mech,
Oh,
and
okay.
I can release my drones anywhere up to 10.
Okay. That's
Anywhere
going to
that's
be...
within sensors.
Okay, anywhere within sensors. So that's going to be right about, because it's going to be right about there. Can you see that?
I cannot.
On the Schmeppy.
Yeah, I'm looking. I
Okay.
don't think the measure shows up for anyone else.
Oh, okay. So that's going to go... Okay, I'm going to go ahead and measure it for myself. I think it shows up for the chat, but not for y'all. Okay, so that's going to... Where you're at right here, that's going to be around here. You can drop your drones right up past here, or you can drop them back here. Right
Gotcha.
there.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do
Okay.
to start is I'm gonna take a move action.
All right.
I'm gonna move just right up here, so I get a little more space on my drones. That should theoretically put my drones out to like here-ish.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
Yes?
where you can drop them right up there. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, so I'm doing a barrage, which lets me use both my Hunter Killer Nexus and my Light Nexus.
Okay.
Let me make an attack roll here. Okay. Okay, I got a 12 for my hunter killer.
And these are
And
drones that you're
goes
dropping,
against
correct?
the target's Yes.
Okay.
I'm dropping my drones, and then they attack as a free action.
All right, cool. Where are you dropping them at specifically? Can you mark it for me here so I can mark them on the map?
Let's see. Yes. Let's see. I'm gonna put one. Let's do one here.
All right. Boop.
Ish. And then we'll do the other one here ish.
Boop. All right. Perfect. And then, do you want the
right.
bottom one? Do you want it to be hunter
so
killer
we're
or
gonna
light
call-
nexus?
Light. The top one is hunter killer.
All right. Perfect. Light, and then hunter killer. Perfect. All
How about
right.
HK?
HK.
So yeah, just to make things easier on the eyes.
Perfectly fine. All right.
All right. So this goes against. Both of them are going to be firing at the scout mech
Perfect.
that
All right.
Drift is tangled up with. This goes against their E defense rather than their evasion.
Perfect. Okay.
Because my drones have smart targeting.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. All right.
Okay.
And
so
you rolled a 12 with hunter
Yep.
killer, correct?
that was a 12 on the hunter killer.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. All right.
And that's an 11 on the light.
Okay, perfect. As you go to as your hunter killer and like you drop them out and your 3D printers on the back of your mech start whirring and you launch out these two drones from you and they start circling around and moving around. The hunter killer catches as the scout is locked in combat with Drift. Hunter killer the gun on it whirs and then hits the scout mech. So go ahead and roll damage for that. And then
that one is all right.
Perfect. And then, but as it hits, as the hunter killer rounds hit the scout mech, you can see the mech head turn over to where the light drone is, and you see the scout bring up a hand, and it catches the rounds from light. In like a kind of like force field shield coming out from its palm as it catches the kinetic rounds in it, and then it turns off and it stops, and those rounds drop and hit the ground, and they freeze on the way down. But go ahead. What was the damage for the hunter killer rounds?
Okay. 4.
4. All right. Perfect. Thank you. As you
And then I also have one additional free action.
Okay. Excellent.
I'm going to deploy one of my turret drones.
Excellent. All right.
As a free action.
And where are you deploying that
which we want to put. It has to attach to something, so I'm going to put it up here on top of this trench area.
Okay.
To give our dudes a little bit of cover fire.
You see the camera pans over as like a side 3D printer launches out a drone and it lands right here. And it lands on a watch post. You see there's like a captain or a sergeant with binoculars that's like pointing, and he's like bundled up. He's covered in parka and there's heaters all around him. And you see the drone lands right in front of him. He goes, "What?" And then it starts forming itself into a turret. And it is posted up right there. Perfect.
Cool.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Excellent. All right, and that brings us to Wrath, landing right in the middle as you see the scout back behind you, and HELLBEAST is tangling off to the side, and then you see PINTO over here tangling with that other assault mech. You see there are ground troops around you that are like, oh, what just happened? And they're freaking out, and you see this one engineer mech that has a 3D printer, and it's bringing up ammunition for this turret, and it's getting ready, and it almost looks like an MG-42, like it's trying to make an MG-42 nest from World War II. It's starting to like set that up like a turret up as it's going to provide covering fire for these other two assault mechs. What are you doing, Wrath?
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hop on comms and say, check in on Drift. Drift, do you need support?
Weekend Academy.
All right. Don't let up. I'm going to use
Gotcha.
that as my issue order.
Okay.
So I'm going to expend a leadership dice to give Drift an advantage on his next attack against the NHS Scout Mech.
Perfect.
That's a free action. So from there, I'm going to move one space, which I think for all intents and purposes, one space is 2 squares on this, or is it 4?
Yeah, that's 2 squares, yes. It's doubled.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 2 spaces. So I'll move 4 squares, and I'm going to barrage this NHF engineering mech.
Perfect.
With my anti-material rifle. So what you would see is sort of Wrath's mech landing in the snow, and behind him there's this compartment that opens up on the back of the mech, and out comes this massive anti-material rifle aimed straight at this engineering mech. It like glow this faint blue color as it charges up and prepares to fire. So to barrage with that, this is my first time playing this game, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're doing great.
Okay, so I think I just need to roll a, it's 2d6 damage. I'm not sure what I need to roll to determine attack. Is that just a d20 plus my grit?
A d20, and then you're going to add your grit, which is +1. So you guys also need to be using your grit, which is like proficiency bonus for certain bonuses here.
Okay.
But since this gun, the anti-material rifle, has the accurate tag, you get a +1 to accuracy for that. So you're rolling with a +1.
Okay, so I roll an additional d6.
Yeah.
Okay, so total, that's an 18 to hit.
18 to hit? Yes, that definitely hits. And you're ignoring armor because it's armor piercing. And you will have to load after this use. So go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, heck yeah. Okay, so 2d6. So it's 10 total from both d6.
Oh, wow. Okay, yes. As you land immediately and you check it on drift, and you run and you bring out this anti-material rifle, and you bring up the scope and you aim it directly at this engineer mech that's getting ready to set up, and there's just a encapsulation, this formation at the beginning of the anti-material rifle, and then there's recoil, and you just shoot a beam directly through it, and it goes right above where you think a kidney would be on a human person, on a human being, hits right in that mech, and then it moves around, and it kind of shakes it off. It takes 10. Oh wow, that is massive. But it kind of shakes, and it gets itself prepared for its next turn, which is coming up, which is NPC's turns. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go order operations here.
Not done with my turn yet. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes.
I'm gonna move. One more time. Just get a little bit closer, and I'm going to use. Yeah, that's within range. It should be. I'm going to use overcharge.
Oh.
I'm going to take 1 heat from that.
Yep.
To shoot my pistol. So I'm going to unload this massive heavy mount and then pull out my pistol and just pop this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for that.
Yep.
That's a 17.
17 hits.
And then it's 1d3 kinetic. So I rolled a 1, so it's just 1 damage.
Excellent. Just adding insult to injury. You bring up this massive rifle and you shoot a hole in this mech. And this engineer mech looks like the assault mechs. You're very familiar with them, so you know the weak points, Wrath. You go and you shoot a hole right in this thing, and you just drop the anti-material rifle, which has a kickstand that 3D prints out of it and pops out, so it's sitting there ready for you to load and take care of. And then you just immediately, like you're John Wick, bring out really quick, you shoot, drop. Even before it hits the ground, you bring out a pistol, and then you just knock 1 round into the face. And it doesn't do a lot of damage to this thing, but it just kind of hits the engineer in the face, and he kind of shoots. And you can hear over the comms, you hear, "You." from the engineer. All right, perfect, excellent, awesome. Okay, so let's go to this assault mech here that's over here by HELLBEAST. HELLBEAST, you hear over the comms, and like I'm assuming that like I just love the idea of there being open comms. It's a thing that's in Gundam a lot, where it's just like it doesn't matter that you're on different wavelengths or wavelengths or anything like that. Like you can still hear the enemy talking, and like they're talking shit and everything to you. The goes, holy shit! He knocked out everything. I'm in red. And then you hear a voice over your comms go, keep them busy. I'm almost there. And he goes, oh, okay. And the the assault guy drops his weapon because you're so close to him, HELLBEAST, and he moves in, and you see him bring out a thermal knife from his mech. Like, brings out, and then he flips it down so he's holding it up, so we're getting some CQC. And he's going to attempt to hit you. What is your defense? Or your armor?
Is that E-defense or evasion?
Evasion.
My evasion is 9, but I have bonuses to saving on that.
Okay. Excellent. That's
so
right.
I think it would put it up to about 11. About 11.
About an 11, and you also have you didn't use your movement, so is that what gives the bonus? You didn't use all your movement, so that gives you a
Ace one will give me a bonus, but then I also didn't use all my movement.
Perfect. All right, great. So this guy did roll a 12. If there's anything that you want to do, as he brings up the knife and he starts slashing it towards you.
Okay, yeah. Since I didn't use all of my movement, I want to pivot in the opposite direction. The additional 2 that I have of 1, 2.
Okay.
To just juke out of the way of the knife.
Perfect.
Like still in the air.
Yeah, you're in the air. So you just move around, and he tries to hit you. And he clips you just a little bit, but it's nominal damage. You only take 1 point of damage to your HP as he just clips you a little bit.
All right. Structure damage or HP?
HP.
All right.
So in this game, if your HP hits 0, then you roll a structure check. And then that seems how you come back. So your mech is only destroyed if you hit structure 0. But if your HP goes 0, then you just go to the next structure point and everything. So it kind of keeps it's very cool. It keeps y'all in the battle, but like it adds some different bonuses. Like all your weapons could explode, or you could lose an arm, or like your heads up display is impaired, so you're flying blind, kind of like that. It's very interesting. All right, that's him. The scout mech is next. As the scout mech realizes that, damn, he's in a tight spot. And he is going to go ahead and attempt to grab your mech and push it back. So what is your evasion? What is Drift's evasion?
9.
9? Alright. So he rolls a 13. He grabs you and pushes you back, so you just move back 2 spaces. And he is going to go ahead and you see him press something on his chest. And he goes invisible.
Wes, can I make a reaction?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to make a reaction. Yeah.
But before he gets the chance to go invisible, I would like to make a reaction. So with my turret, I have a reaction attack. So anytime an enemy within its range does basically anything, I can attack for 3 kinetic damage. So before he gets the chance to go invisible, I would like to attempt to hit him with my turret.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that turret attack there.
Okay. That is a 12.
12 does hit, and that's just a straight 3 kinetic damage to the target. As the turret goes bump bump bump, and you hear over the comms go, shit, I'm pinned down. And then finally the cloaking system goes up, but you get in 3 solid hits, pinned down. So I am going to go ahead, and you cannot see this token, but he is going to move. About there. And that is his turn. Next, we're going to do this assault mech right here. So first thing he's got to do is he's got to roll because he just stepped onto a mine. So he's got to... oh, good lord. Poor guy. All right, so I've got to make I believe it's an agility check, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I think we actually both have to make agility tests.
Oh, yeah, because you are on the mine as well. So yeah, go ahead and make an agility check. He's got a +1, and is it just meet or beat 10?
10.
All right.
Yeah, and I also have a +1. So
Okay, perfect. All right.
I have a 15.
15?
I'll
Yeah.
take half if we pass.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll the damage as his foot lands on the mine, and you look down, and you're like, oh yeah. And then you jump, your thrusters jump up above it. Go ahead and roll damage here.
10 damage.
10 damage, so you take 5, subtracting your hull.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 5, subtracting your hull, as this guy just like steps on it, and just you hear there's a moment of like the beep 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 beep, click, ba-ba, and then explosion. As all of the armor plating on the left side of this mech just gets ripped off, and he looks rough as hell. Like his the leg is still there, but it's like a shell. It looks like it's just a skeleton, just bone. And like the whole left side of this thing is just like the paint job is ruined and everything. And you just hear curses. Oh fuck! Oh look here. Let me see what I can do here. Oh fuck! Oh god! Oh, okay. Everything's critical. Everything's critical. This guy's blowing himself up. I need backup now. And then you hear over your comms. It's like, one moment, I'm almost here. Yeah, that is so he's blown up and he's got nothing else. So he's gonna try to like stab you with his own thermal knife. So what is your evasion?
It is 9.
9. All right. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, he's too messed up to even strike you. So you go so your thruster's down. He tries to like swipe across with a thermal knife, and then you just step down, like you land on the thermal knife and like on his hands. So his hand is pinned down, and he looks up. Let me go ahead and take off that EXO voice, that voice mod.
Thank you.
Can I hop on the comms and check on Pinto real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just hop on over to the comms. Pinto, holy shit, are you okay?
Yeah.
You just hear a wild yeehaw.
That's why they call us the Oblivion unit. Great work, boys.
Okay. Next is the engineer mech. As finally the 3D printer it stops. It finally stops, and you just hear like a finally. And you see a deployable turret pop out of the side, like roll out of the side of the engineering mech. And it starts firing right here. Let me go ahead and make a little token here. Boop! As we've got right there, I'm going to say turret. Boom. And starts firing at Pinto with a free action. And he's going to grab his own cannon that he's got set up where Wraith has like moved in and then moved back out, and he's going to attempt to fire on Wraith. Wraith, what is your evade?
My evasion is 8.
8. All right, and you're not flying, right?
Oh no,
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
actually pretty grounded because I have the cannon out still, so I can't fly.
Perfect. All right, that is a 19 plus 1, and he's going to roll there. And you, as the you hear the as he clips you for 3 damage on your own, like as he just does like a fires across, and just like gets you across the bow there, and fires on. All right. Perfect. Next, you hear over comms, drop shot say, 1 second, I got you. As you hear before you see. Let me go ahead and make sure. Perfect. All right, yeah, my man's. Go ahead. You hear before you see. You hear gunfire happen, and then you see the turret that just rolled out to fire at Pinto gets shot, and it just gets creamed across the crowd. And you all look across, and you see on top of one of the outpost towers, you see Dropshot. You see Heracles in his mech, like with a sniper rifle out, and it's mounted on the side of the tower, and then just gives up a wave, and then just like goes back to what he's doing. And then you hear over the intercoms holy shit, I'm so glad that you all showed up. Okay, I'm in my mech, I'm coming, I'll be coming out the front gate, don't shoot me, I'm okay, it's fine, great, oh god, you guys are really cool, okay, great.
Aw.
As you hear the gate open, and it's like it's being let down, and it's like sliding open and like a moat kind of style being let down, and as like the mist of the ice and the storm and the snow kind of like swirls away, you see one of the ugliest looking mechs you've ever seen. It seems like it is being held together by duct tape and dreams, and it's got the painting of the NSC on it. It's got red and gray and black, and it's got and it's like a lightning bolt on the front of it, but it's like it's moving, and you see it has like a pistol, like the similar kind of pistol that Wrath is using, and it's just like walking out, and it's like, and you just hear it's like, okay, I'm in it, okay, I finally got this thing started up, I'm here to give you backup if you need it. Weekender right behind you, and it is like, oh, it is such a it's a piece of shit. All right, and then next, let me go ahead. These guys. 5. Okay. Here, let me just move 5.
Aw.
Boom. These tiny guys that are almost insignificant move up, and they're trading pot shots. Moves up. They're all freaked out, though. They're peeing their pants. It's not a good time to be not in a mech in this battlefield. And I've got to make some rolls here. So I'm going to go ahead and make 2 rolls. Boom. All right. As you see them trading fire, you see this guy get shot, but also they've traded 1 for 1. Same over here, 1 for 1. As they're trading, they're taking small arms fire. And then finally you hear over your intercoms go, I'm so glad I've arrived. Seems like I've got plenty of new friends to play with. As you see and you hear landing oh, come on, Fog of War. There we go. Landing right there, a massive 4-armed Goliath-era mech land. And it's white. It's stark white with silver and gold trim on it. And across the screen, it stops. Like, everything stops, kind of like it's Borderlands. and like wrapped up around it, and you see the audience in bold print. It says Heflin Capcan, Goliath Mech Pilot, call sign Domino. And you notice that there is a giant skull logo implemented on it. And you hear a don't worry, I'm here. And then and that is his maneuver. And we go back to the top of the action with ICEBOX.
Okay. So ICEBOX is going to take her full move forward. So that would be up right there-ish, right? Because it's 4.
Yes, right
okay,
there.
Cool. Let me just double check real quick.
Oh, well, it's going to be doubled. If you take your move, it's going to be double. Yeah, on here.
Okay.
Frame of reference.
Okay. So that's 2. Oh my gosh. Cool. So she's here now. So the first thing she wants to do, I just have to check my radius. Okay. So the first thing she wants to do is do another bolster this time, but this time it's going to Pinto.
Perfect.
And then I think the next thing she wants to do is fire off her missiles at this engineering mech and consume that lock-on that she did.
All right. Excellent. Right here on the engineer merc. So go ahead and roll that for me.
You got it.
With that bonus.
So that's an 11.
Woo! All right. Let me go ahead and bring up my engineer mech sheet here. A lot of sheets, a lot of moving parts. All right, perfect. Yeah, no. So yeah, that hits. So what's the damage on that?
It's D3 plus 1.
Excellent.
So, cool. So that's 3.
Perfect. 3 points of damage as immediately, like, this engineer's firing on Wrath, and then Wrath, you just see a flurry of missiles come from ICEBOX, and then just there's an explosion and smoke happens, and this engineer gets like boom, 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 knocked down on the ground, and you see it like the robotic leg of the mech is twitching, and the turret is left unattended. Right there. Good hit. Really good hit. I've got to make a structure check for him on his turn. Excellent. And is there anything else you want to do? Okay, so nope. You did move. Mm-hmm. So you did move. So you feel, as you're moving, you feel the ice break. And everything. So you don't have to roll a check or anything. As you do move and you've attacked. And then that's your turn. All right, perfect. We now come to HELLBEAST, which HELLBEAST, you now see that there is an equal, but a little bit bigger red dot here.
Yep. Just a quick question for mechanics. Does reloading take a turn, or is that a quick action?
That is a quick action.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up at this new mech that just arrived and just go over the open comms. Just a sec, and still up in the air, I'm gonna take one of my movement to go up a bit higher.
Okay.
Pull the tactical melee weapon and then drop onto the assault mech below me.
Perfect.
To stab into it.
All right. And what does your melee weapon look like?
It just looks like a big fucking rectangle of a blade. That's
perfect.
It could be a knife, but it's just blocky. It's got an orange, almost like a glow to it. Like a very kinetic glow to it around the edges, and it almost looks like it's part of the arm that it's holding on to, except for the fact that it's movable within the hand.
Amazing. It would make Cloud, Strife, and Guts very, very proud to see this hunk of metal. Go ahead and make a attack roll for me.
All right. That is going to be 15.
15, yes, and go ahead and roll damage for me.
All right. That is 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yeah,
as you
that's a 1 out of 2 barrage for that.
Perfect. Yeah, immediately as you just cut down, and you hear the shearing of metal against metal, and you bring it down right between, like, cut it right in half, and it's very anime, very Gundam as fuck, and then you just hear as there's an explosion, and the mech falls apart, and right before it explodes, you see the back of the mech pop off, and you see like a parachute shoot out, rocket out as you see the pilot get rocket. You hear ah, as he just like rockets out back, and then like there's an explosion, and then just standing there silhouette is HELLBEAST with this rectangular blade with this bisected mech wreckage standing in front of him, and then you just hear over intercom coming from Domino going, "Ha ha ha! Finally."
Now there's no more. This mech is in no condition to give me any kind of cover, right?
Potentially. Yeah.
All right. Then I'm not gonna bother with the secondary barrage because I've already destroyed this thing.
Okay.
I'm going to quick action reload the cyclone pulse rifle and maneuver behind what piece of the biggest piece of this mech as I do it.
Perfect. All right. Yeah.
Cover.
You go ahead and you grab the rifle and you're reloading it, and you twirl over and you drop down, you twirl over in the air and you drop down on your back behind the left side of this mech, and you're ready, and then you take a firing position, getting ready to roll.
Yep, just waiting to see if it's gonna hit me first.
Perfect. All right, and that brings it up to Drift. All right, Drift, this scout mech has disappeared in front of you. This guy that was in front of you has disappeared and moved, but you do have a bonus. I think it's +2. Is that correct, Wrath? So because of your leadership, Wrath.
Yeah, he has a +1. He can add a d6 to his next attack roll against that thing.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, you can add a d6 to your. Okay. Oh, excellent. So yeah. So right now there's only tiny guys that are moving around. Let me go ahead and get rid of these extra ones just because I got overzealous with my clicking. But yeah, there are just these tiny guys right here. The scout mech, you can go ahead and use your quick action to see if you can bring up your pick up on your sensors. This scout mech. But yeah, essentially there's nothing around though at that point.
Yeah. Let's see. So, I guess I just dash in a random direction, trying to find him.
Okay.
So my movement would be. So what I want to do is I would go about right here-ish, I guess. Not right there.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you dash up. All right. Now what else are you doing?
And then I slap the sensors I'm trying to find.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and give me a... Let me go ahead and bring up your comp con here, just so I know exactly what I'm looking at. Go ahead, and you're going to give me a... Sorry. Broom. Go ahead and give me a... Give me a d20 roll. Just straight up d20 roll. And you do get a bonus as well.
Okay. I rolled 2.
2?
Yeah.
As you're trying to scan and everything like that, you're scanning, and you're like, And you can just hear over the intercoms the over the comms and everything. But you can't get a track of this guy. You don't know where he's at. You feel like you're being toyed with. You do have your action though if you want to take out your anger on these 3 guys right here. Since you can't seem to be tracking this scout mech.
Alright. So I pull out my shotgun and I blast him.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20 for me. With your combat. A 7? Okay. These guys see you move, and they slide around. And they see you slide around and looking around, and then they see you pull out the shotgun, and they all just scramble as you do a shotgun blast, and you see snow and ice just form up in a cloud around them, and they all move. This one moves over here. This one moves over here. This one moves back as there's just a crater left right there with your combat shotgun. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Bringing up next, we've got Pinto.
I'm going to quick action ram this guy with my melee weapon.
Okay, perfect. Go for it.
I have the bolster, so I get extra 2d6 on the attack roll.
Excellent.
That is a 23 to hit.
Whew, that definitely hits. Most definitely.
Let me just double check ram.
Yep.
The target's knocked prone.
Mm-hmm.
Do I do damage? I don't remember. So he's knocked prone, and then I want to follow up with a attack while he's on the ground with a skirmish.
Perfect. All right, yeah, go ahead. Oh, goodness.
That is a 15.
Yeah, all right. This poor guy, as you just, like, knock him down, like, push him back, as he's, like, trying to get back up, you see, like, these mech moving up, trying to get back up, and then you just push him back with your power fist so he goes down, and then you just smash it down, and right before your fist collides with the head of this mech, there's the top of it pops off your, and then pulled out same way as that guy that gets pulled out by the other mech hero. No! As he gets pulled out by like this parachute system, and you just smash and destroy this mech like right into the like pits of metal and everything go about.
Am I cruel enough to do an Overwatch reaction and kill the pilot?
Oh my god, are you?
I don't think so. That's just
okay.
Like HELLBEAST kind of thing. Instead, I will use overcharge?
Okay.
To boost towards Domino.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead and make that movement for me.
Okay. Basically, I'm going to use my full movement plus the boost movement.
Excellent.
Go, as far as I can in that direction.
Excellent.
Since you know the distance I can go with my movement.
Okay. Yeah, of course. I can totally do that. Let me get your movement here. Your speed of 4. And so, okay, so you got
that. Put me through the engineer mech's threat range.
Oh, okay.
So it can do a Overwatch attack on me if it wants to.
Okay. Okay, so that's.
If it misses, 3, I get more spaces.
4. Okay. So that would bring you about here, but it gets in its threat range. As you see it laid down, and he tries to take like a grabbing attack for you. Oh no, does not make it. Critical fail.
Onwards and 2 more spaces of movement.
You leap off of it as you're thrusting. You leap off of him, and I can go ahead and we're gonna remove this fog of war as well. As you boop land about right here, flanking Domino. All right, and that is you, Pinto. Weekender, what do you got?
Okay, so first thing I'm doing is I'm activating my core system.
Okay.
Which for the rest of the scene gives me +1 accuracy on all of my attacks, checks, and saves.
Perfect.
And once per turn, I can boost as a free action. And I'm going to use that free action boost and take a move action. And I'm going to move to right about here.
Perfect. As the ice and the frost breaks off of you. All right.
And then since my 2 drones here are within my sensors, I can move them. So I'm going to do that real quick.
Perfect.
Moving my drones is also a free action. So we're going to bring this guy about here, and my hunter-killer about here. And then I'm going to release another hunter killer
Okay. Where are you releasing it?
and another light next. Let's see. We're gonna put them. Let's see. Hold on. Let me measure real quick. We're gonna drop the hunter killer about. Actually, hold on. Let's go this way. Yeah, drop my hunter killer about here.
Okay. Let me make sure. Why is this? Okay, there we go. It's not giving me the option. Okay, right about here, you say?
Yeah.
All right.
And then my light drone right about here.
All right.
And then I attack. I want to. Well, hold on. Let me make sure. Because I can't see the scout mech, so I don't know he's there. Oh, here's a question.
Okay.
I know that pilot skills are generally for out of combat, but using my servant class NHP, can I roll in investigate to see if Astucius can detect the scout mech with my sensors?
I don't see why not, because it is part of your system. So yeah, I would see that I would assume that would probably be fitting for you. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So that's a 17.
As you are like, as like you're scanning around, you're like, where'd this guy go? And your drones are all like trying to scan and everything like that. This is pretty good cloaking technology. You hear in your head as like something suggests you to turn you towards right here. You hear a
Over there, Saturday.
and then you kind of see a shimmer and outline as the guy, like as the scout mech is definitely just kind of outlined there.
Perfect. Okay, so you did label them those ones too. So let's first have Hunter Killer 1. Yeah, Hunter Killer 1 and Light 1 are both going to shoot at the scout mech.
Okay, go ahead and make those rolls for me, please.
Yep. Okay. So I get +1 on my. Oh, I can do that in CompCon. Hell yeah. +1 accuracy. +1 accuracy. So that's an. With my accuracy. Okay, it'll do the math for me. Okay. So I got an 11 +1 is a 12 with the Hunter Killer.
Got it. Hunter Killer hits.
Okay, I will roll damage for that in a second. Well, let's see if the light hits.
Perfect.
That's gonna be a no. I rolled a 4.
Okay, perfect. yeah. So Hunter Killer hits, but light does not hit.
Yeah, so let's roll that damage. Ooh, that's a 6.
Nice. Very nice. As you turn and you typically don't have to do this, they typically do it themselves, but you manually turn and like the light fires wide, but the Hunter Killer hits and you hear the ping ping, the satisfying ping 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 as you see like parts of like what could be just open air get hit, and you see a little bit of smoke puff up from it. And then you hear over the comms
Ah, shit.
All right, and is that your turn?
And then nope, I've got one more thing. I'm going to deploy a second turret.
Jeez.
And I would like to put him here on this corner of this little glacier dude.
Perfect. All right. Boop. Why'd you move like that? There we go.
And then that's my turn.
All right, perfect. Turret 2. Perfect. All righty then. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so now we have, bringing up the rear, Wrath. What you have before you right now is you just saw this domino guy land, and then this engineer is on his ass, and you heard hitting from there, that scout mech, and then this assault mech is dead.
Okay, I have a big turn. I'm going to do 5 things in one swift stroke.
Okay.
So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to hop on the comms and I'm going to say, HELLBEAST, PINTO, I've calibrated your systems to get a lock on Domino. You should have an advantage the next time you go into attack. Give them hell. So with that, I'm giving both an order to PINTO and HELLBEAST, so you guys are both going to get a leadership die, +6 to your next attack roll against Domino. In addition to that, you will also get an advantage against Domino as I have locked onto him. So any PC who attacks him gets a advantage die.
So advantage roll and plus D6 to any roll that we do? To
That's
the
right.
attack roll?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Excellent.
that's for HELLBEAST and PINTO, and anybody who attacks Domino for the remainder of the scene will get a +1 advantage you can consume once. So 1 advantage 1 time. So the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use Overcharge to get an additional quick action, and I'm going to use my last 2 quick actions to pull out my thermal rifle, which I have sort of strapped to the side of my mech. It's matte black, except for in red letters across the side of it, you see Baby Daddy and sort of this bold font. I'm going to take it out and just hammer this engineer mech that's in front of me. So I'm going to make 2 attacks against that.
Perfect.
First attack's a 10, and the second attack is an 11.
Let me check here. Yes, both hit. So roll me damage, please.
Okay. So it's 7 total.
So this guy was getting ready, and just for mechanics, real quick, as you just like hammer away at this guy, he was getting ready to get back up. His structure level had dropped, and so he was getting ready to roll and everything like that. And then you just immediately like move over by him, and then just real quick, boom, boom, just pummel him again while he's down, and for 7 damage. So immediately he like starts to get back up, and then you just do it, help him back down real quick. Pummeled down. Perfect. Is that your move? You are software muted.
Sorry. Just for housekeeping, my heat roll indicated that I gain +2 heat, so that puts me at 3 total.
Ooh, okay. What's your heat cap?
It is, I think 7, but I'm going to double check. Yeah, 7.
Okay, you're almost in the danger zone.
So I'm technically half.
Technically
right?
half.
Because
Yeah,
we
technically
are.
in the danger zone. Okay, perfect. All right, cool. Excellent. All right. So I am going to go ahead and boom, edge. That's where he was. That's where he is actually. I don't know why I deleted him. He's still here. He gone, but not quite gone. All right. Okay. So very, very brutal. Very great. Very great. All right. As these things are happening, Domino sees you all kind of like this just like standing stoically almost, just like taking it all in, and goes, good. A fair fight. And you see like the 4 arms, one grabs at one part of the mech and the other one reaches behind, and you see him pull out 2 what looks like massive drum shotguns, like AA-12s, like automatic drum shotguns, and he's going to go like one arm is going to move under the other one that's aiming over at PINTO. The other one's going to aim over at HELLBEAST. And what is your evade, HELLBEAST?
My evade is 9. I think I have bonus because of movement, but also I don't know how much cover I have behind what piece of the mech I'm behind.
Okay, so you've got it's going to be a +1 cover.
Okay, so then so I've got 9. I have 9. I have all of my movement because I really just dropped straight down.
Yeah, you just dropped straight down.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, 9 evasion, 4 movement, and +1 cover. So.
All right, perfect. All right, what's that total that I gotta meet or beat? Sorry, that's my bad.
14 if I add them all
14.
together.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. Excellent. As you barrel down, you feel like kinetic shock as there's a shot that happens behind the mech, and then like you look and you see that he's blasted away in part of the mech that you're behind cover, and then you also get hit by a second time as he pulls the trigger twice, and you take 5 points of kinetic damage. So subtract that by your hull as you get rocked by that. Pinto, what am I trying to meet or beat for you? 9. Perfect. All right. You get 5 points of kinetic damage as one shot goes. So one shot hits you immediately, and then you follow up because you know that he's about to shoot twice. You just have that kind of like extra sensory thing. So you like get hit one time, you're like, oh, that's no good, and then you like kind of like move up on your thrusters. And as soon as you move up, you hear behind you over your comms a.
Don't worry, Domino. I wasn't gonna let you have all the fun.
As a boop boop. Let me remove this fog of war, please. Allow me to remove this fog of war, please. Oh, goodness. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, this is a lot. Bit touch and go here. All right, perfect. As you see moving in a not all white like Domino, but a all gold with white trim, and it looks like a skeleton is moving, almost, very much like an Eva or like the angels in Evangelion. It starts torpedoing towards Pinto, and you see out of the side opens something. And then a hand, like this, the arm of this thing splits into 2 arms, and one grabs this lance out of the side, and then the other arm moves behind it, and starts thrusting and pushes the lance forward, as right before colliding with Pinto, you see the screen stop. And then there's just like another swipe of like gold and white and yellow as you see Pilot, Mona, Naito, associate, and it says associate of Heflin Capcan, and then call sign Barricade. And I'm gonna go ahead and make a roll here. All right, and you take 3 kinetic damage, Pinto, as you get thrusted from behind by this tsundere. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Tsundere, however you pronounce it. Like,
Yep.
Like this voice, just like you hear over the comms, like, oh, I need to be a part of this fun too. You can't have all the fun without me. And then you just get struck by this lancer and then pushed down to the ground. The smoke settles and you see this like skeleton, like lanky skeleton mech just kind of stand up. And then the left arm, they split out into 2 arms, and you see 3D printers on each of those palms shoot out, like make something, and then it shoots out. And right in front of Domino, there is some cover that like barricades up in front of him, and you all hear over the comms from Heracles, shit, I didn't even see her come up, and then there's going to be a shot, so he's going to take a shot.
Real fast, I am down. That's all my HP. So I've lost 1 structure.
Go ahead and make a structure check for me, please, sir.
Oh, a 4.
Oh, a 4, okay. So on the structure check table... Boom.
System trauma.
All right. System trauma. Perfect. All right, great.
This CompCon tool is just automating a lot of this for me.
Yeah. So part of your mechs are torn off by the damage. Roll a 1d6. What did you get?
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. So a system of your choice is destroyed.
Go for the safety system.
Oh, no. What would happen if I picked the remaining explosives to be destroyed?
She would have to make a agility check because they would all go off.
You would.
And you would as
let's
well.
do that.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, let's do that shit.
As she strikes through, and you're just like your mech is weakly down. And do you say anything in reply before this roll happens?
Surprise, bitch.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and make that agility check for me, and then roll damage,
You want
please.
1 or 2?
Please roll 2 for me.
Okay. Oh, a 12 and a 15.
Perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, she rolled an 8 and a 19. So she's gonna take 1.5 damage.
So the first one does 7.
Okay, noted.
The second one does 6.
Okay, perfect. So she takes 10 points of damage as there's an explosion. And so you take half of that. So it's 7 to 6, so you take half of 13. Perfect, which is like 7. So you take 7 points of damage. Boom. Damn, Pinto. Amazing. And you hear a, oh, like, and then like the smoke kind of clears as there's like an explosion. And then like the smoke kind of clears. And then you see Pinto laying down on the ground with like the explosives on the back.
Wait. Does Nuclear Cavalier apply to that or no?
Oh, goodness. Oh, you are in danger zone?
+2 heat.
They get +2 heat? Perfect. Okay, yeah, that would, yeah, as it like washes over them. And then you just hear over the comms,
What the fuck?
as like the smoke clears, and you just see like the paint job on this is like tarnished. The gold paint is tarnished a bit. That lance out and goes, oh,
You're gonna pay for that in more ways than one.
excellent. Perfect. All right. Garza's going to take a shot. You see, as soon as that barricade goes up for the Goliath, you hear the sniper rifle, the sniper round go off, and then you see a portion of that barricade get blown away. As you hear Heracles goes, I'm going to do what I can, but who the hell are these guys? And then
I'd like to make a reaction.
Okay.
In response to Heracles getting a shot off on that barricade, I would like to have Turret 2 shoot through the hole in the barricade and go for Domino.
All right, go ahead and make a roll for me, please. For Turret 2.
Where is my turret attack? Okay. That's a 20.
Perfect. All right, so you're going to do double damage.
All right, so that would be 6 damage then, because it's default 3.
Perfect. And is that outside range 3? That turret outside range 3? I believe.
What do you mean?
Like, is the turret that's firing? Is the turret that's firing on Domino? Is that outside of range 3? Let me measure here real quick. Okay, yeah, just outside. Yeah, just outside of range 3. So you see the turret go off, and then it sprays across the front of Domino, and you see him kind of do a bracing, like with the other 2 arms kind of bring up, and you see it bing, 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 and it hits, and you see a hose get hit, and it kind of sprays a little bit, and one of the arms goes down, and he goes, huh, lucky shot. I'm going to have fun with you next. And You hear over your comms again from the very not well taken care of mech. Oh no. Oh, I can't believe they showed up. Oh, this is not good at all. As you hear the like slowly moving, but ice is slowly taking over this mech. Captain Lily Doyle, go. Oh God. These are 2 members of the Six Skulls. The Six Skulls are a mercenary company that was hired by the NHF. Oh, they've been wrecking our outposts all over planet side. Luckily, you're here though. You can help fight them off, can't you? Can't you? Oh! Something's on fire! Something's on fire! And then just a spray. You hear a spray of a fire extinguisher from inside the mech. Next, we've got Scout Mech. Scout Mech. That cover, that invisibility cloak, goes down, and he's like, "Fuck these things," over the comms. And he is going to attempt... What is the evade for the light drone?
Let me take a look. One second. I am trying to figure this out.
You're fine.
In the meantime, everyone hydrate.
Yeah, make sure... Oh yeah, we gotta hydrate.
Here, let me just look in the book. That's probably easier.
Okay.
I actually don't know.
Okay,
Where do you know where I find that?
It should be on your comp con. It should be under the drones themselves. You look under Mech Hanger, and you look at the drones. It should say if your Nexus Light or your Nexus Hunter Killer, when you click on them, if it has any evasion.
It doesn't say, so I'm gonna assume they don't.
Use the target's E defense as an evade. Okay, so that's all stuff like that. Okay, so what is your E defense?
My E defense is 8.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll go off of that then. All right, so the hunter, the scout mech brings out a knife and like a thermal knife, and then stabs at light 1. Let's see, what is there? Because the turret drones have stuff like this, but I've got to... Okay, perfect. I don't even know... Like, what happens if they get hit?
The turrets?
Yeah, the drones.
Let's see.
I gotta roll damage anyways.
Yes.
Well, light takes 6 points of damage. Light 1 does.
Yeah, I am very unclear on how much HP they have. I get plus 4 HP to all of them.
Let's just use turret drones stuff right here, since we've got evasion and E defense and HP for them. So let's just use turret drone for all of them.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Okay. We'll go.
That works for me.
Perfect. From here on out. Okay. So light takes 6 points of damage from a thermal knife, and then the scout brings up their rifle and aims it at the back turret that's over there on the trench. And
okay.
And that is a 18 to hit that guy. And
that hits.
And that is 6 points of damage as well against turret.
Okay.
Excellent.
And they are both up, but they are not feeling great.
Perfect. All right. And you said your drones get plus 4 HP?
Yes.
On top of their already normal to HP? Okay.
Yeah, from my drone commander?
Drone commander talent? Okay, excellent. Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right, so there's that. Boom. Okay, next.
I don't want to say.
Boom, boom. Okay, that's that. Everybody's moved. Okay, I've got to make some rolls for these ground troops as they're firing around. All this stuff is happening. Boom. All right. That is one NHF soldier down. These guys are still doing all right. The turret's helping them out immensely. Just in Theater of the Mind land. Boom. All right. And then that's 2 down over here. These guys are still doing well. You arriving is help bolstering their defenses and everything like that. All right. Perfect. Top of the key with ICEBOX. What do you got?
So I think ICEBOX is going to take her full move again, and this time go over by the scout mech.
Okay.
She is going to bolster, but this time she's going to give her bolster to... I think she's going to give the bolster to Wrath for this one. And then she's going to fire on this... Because the scout mech's just fully visible now, right?
Yeah, he's fully visible.
Yeah.
He has to recharge for his cloak.
Yeah, she's going to fire on him with her shotgun.
Perfect.
That's a 15.
Perfect. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
They take 5 damage.
As this guy is distracted, he's firing at drones and everything's happening around him. You go ahead and there is, like, you just fire on him a barrage, and right before he goes, ah, shit, and then, as he gets pulled out of his mech, and the mech explodes right there. Boom, and the dust settles. And let me go ahead and boop. And there's just a wreckage of that former mech right there. Boom. All right. And what else are you doing there, ICEBOX?
That's it.
Perfect. Okay. Then next is HELLBEAST.
Shot comes through. Let's go. My turn. I'm gonna overcharge.
Okay.
On the spot.
Okay.
To pump up one additional heat to put me into danger zone.
Perfect.
And if it's not gonna take my turn, I'm going to activate core system as well.
Go ahead and activate core system.
All right. So everything's active. From where I am. You said there's a barricade in front of Domino, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's been.
Is it mostly
halfway
blown
blasted.
apart?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I am going to boost forward to get as close as possible, and then use as much of my movement to get close and up in the air, like over the barricade.
Okay. All right.
And I believe that'll probably take me to about there.
Yeah, right about here.
Yep. And then with the reloaded Cyclone Pulse Rifle, aim straight down and fire.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
All right. Hey, Wrath, do I have to use your extra D6 or on this turn, or can I save it?
So you can consume. So you have both the locked on and the leadership, and you can consume either or whenever you want. You just can only consume them for the action specified.
Cool. I don't even need to. I don't think, because I rolled an 18.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
If it didn't hit, then I will roll the D6.
That does hit.
Well, it might be worth it to roll the D6 just to get a critical, because if you reach over 20, that's metagaming episode.
Okay. Yeah, because I've got a talent that says when I roll a 20 on a die. I didn't know if it had to be a.
It has to be a natural 20 on that. It's
then I'm not gonna worry about it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, for that added bonus, it's composite. Before like some certain bonuses, it's you have to hit a natural 20. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna worry about it. But that's gonna be a. That's gonna be 16 damage. Wait, sorry, hand. 19 damage.
Nice. Very nice.
And two heat dealt to
To him. Okay,
Domino.
perfect. As you see him, like you pop up, and he tries to bring up that arm that's like hydraulic is messed up because of the drone shot, and you just blast down, and there's like light and smoke that comes down as you strike through.
Smile for the camera as I smile as I shot.
Donations and F's in the chat hitting up there and stuff like that, and you're hitting raining hell like bold in the chat and everything like that as it break down the stream.
And that is when I kick on the theme music.
Perfect. Let me go ahead. Boom.
So sound system is now overrides drifts like techno music for the HELLBEAST music.
Perfect. I've got it playing in the background. Perfect. All right. And is that your turn, HELLBEAST?
Let me take a quick look. Yeah, that's everything.
Perfect. Drift, what you doing?
I'm beatlining for Naito.
Perfect. All right. We're going to go ahead and move you. Oh, shoot. All right. 1 second. I got you. That was unsettling laugh.
Let's broke it. Let's broke it.
Hey, we're back. We're back. Look at that.
Wes's fault.
Wes's fault. All right, we're back. Boom. Let's get your movement. What's your movement 4, correct?
Yeah.
If you have core systems, if you want to activate your core systems, you can go ahead and get enough to get close to her.
Let's do that.
Perfect. All right. Boom. All right. And you're right up on the side. Yeah,
Okay.
you all have it. Yeah. Activated core systems, and you are right up on her, on the side of her. What are you doing?
All right. We are attacking.
Perfect. All right.
With the this thing is the energy blade.
Yeah. Your energy weapon.
Yeah.
Melee weapon. Excellent. Go ahead and roll that d20 for me. And you do have... Does the leadership roll still the extra d6?
So I technically the order was to attack a mech that is no longer there. So your call.
Okay. Okay. So you don't have the bonus 1d6. Perfect.
All
So
right.
go ahead and just roll a d20 with your attack bonus if you have one. Which I don't believe you do. Not yet.
Don't look like it. No,
Okay.
I got a 10. I got a 10.
Okay, let me go ahead and pull up her mech here real quick just to see. Okay, yeah, so yeah, her evade is 10, so you did meet it. So go ahead and roll damage for me.
All right. I got a 15.
Whoo! As you go ahead and you just slice through, and...
Hold on. No, we doing it like this.
Okay, got it. All right, I love it.
As I'm dashing over, I stop and slide. I reach down for the energy blade, drop into an Iato style stance, and I just launch a swing.
Just right up. Boom. And like she doesn't even have time to, because she's too distracted with standing over Pinto, like the 9-foot tall vampire lady she is. And she's getting ready to stab down, and you just slice right up the side of her, and she goes, "Oh God!" just real quick, just like a,
Oh God, where did you come from?
Wait, just tell us that she's the 9-foot tall vampire lady.
it's same energy.
Thirst.
Guys, I might be changing sides.
I'm changing sides. Sorry. Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, I shout over comms. As I cut it, I shout over comms. Eyes up.
Eyes up. Perfect. All right. Is that your action there, Drift?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Next is Pinto.
I'm going to activate my core system now.
Perfect. Okay.
And can I use barrage with the same weapon twice?
Let me double check. I do not believe so, but I've been wrong before.
Okay.
Yep. No, you can't use it twice. Yep.
Okay. Then I will just be doing a skirmish with my fist.
Perfect.
15. To hit.
That hits.
window. Cool.
Boom. Roll that damage as Drift comes and supports you.
9 damage. Just goes for a Superman punch. As
J-
the head is like up high, leap, boost, punch down.
Yeah, she gets slashed up the side, and she's kind of like on one footing, and then you just thrust her up, and then bring down a Superman punch right across that skeletal mech that crunches into it, and you hear metal on metal screeching, and she's just like,
This isn't fair. It's 2-on-1. This isn't fair at all.
and
I have a quick action left, so I'd like to do a ram attack to try to knock her prone.
go ahead. All right.
14.
Okay. And you go ahead and do damage, but she is going to use a reaction as you see supports. Like, as you try to knock her off balance, she gets hit, but some supports, like, shoot out the back of her skeletal legs, and they, like, keep her stabilized, keep her from toppling over prone. And she goes, "Nuh-uh, not like that."
That's my turn.
Perfect.
Oh,
All right.
she got 2 heat from the first attack.
2 heat from the first attack. Excellent. She is... Woo, okay. All right, next we have is Weekender.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to move up right about... Let's see. Right about here. And we're going to move Hunter Killer number 2.
As this is happening, the ground's
Over.
starting to shift a little bit.
This way. Yeah. Alright. Fear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Continue.
then it is time to. We are going to do another launch of some more drones. So let's put one. Let's put Hunter Killer right here. And light up here.
Hunter Killer 3. How many of these can you make? My God.
I don't have a limit on Nexus drones, but I can only place 3 turret drones.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Noted. And where do you want light drone?
Wait, no. Light drone is up next to Domino. Hunter Killer's down by Barricade.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And both of them are going to take shots at their respective targets.
Go ahead and roll those, please.
So, yeah. Oh, and I still get +1 accuracy to these. That's going to be a 12 on the Hunter Killer going after Barricade.
Okay. That does hit.
And a 19 on the Light Nexus going after Domino.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll. Damage. As the ground shifts again.
The light just does... Oh, wait, no, the light does 1d3. Okay, hold on. Let's see. We got a 4 on the Hunter Killer and a 1 on the light.
Okay. 4 on the Hunter Killer and 1 on the light. Okay, got it. The light drone, it's like mosquitoes just launching at this guy. This guy's heavily armored. Like, imagine, flame giants from D&D. You know how they have, like, the Legionnaire flame giants, the 2 big shields? He's kind of built like that. big, bulky metal plating and everything like that. It's taking a lot, and so it's like pinging. It's hitting him, and it's doing stuff, but it's pinging at him. And then the HK pings at Barricade, and you hear her go,
Domino, this is too hot. We need to back up. We need to back off.
and then you hear from him. He goes,
I think you might be right.
as the ground shifts some more. Wrath, what are you doing?
It's hard to really decide because there's so many options, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish off
There we go.
this engineer mech,
Okay.
and then I think I'm gonna try to get a barricade if I can. So I'm gonna use my full movement. My full movement should get me here, I think, engaged with
Yep.
engineer mech. Okay.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tactical knife attack, and I'm going to make a pistol attack.
Okay, before you make your attacks, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Results of 5.
Results of 5. The ground is shifting underneath your feet. It's moving, but you can't really tell what it's coming from. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Ooh, I hate that. Okay. 2 attacks. So that is a 7 for the knife and an 11 for the pistol.
7 for the knife and 11 for the pistol. The pistol hits. So you try to stab him, and he's like trying to get up on one hand, and his other hand, he's pulled out his own knife, and he's blocking your knives. So your knife attack, so it's like quick, like CQC, like king, 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 and then out of your other hand, you bring out your pistol, and then you fire at him. So go ahead and roll damage for your pistol.
Okay. So that is 3. Actually 5 because +2. So
+2. Excellent.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's very quick. Imagine it's fast and furious, ting ting ting, knives hitting each other, and then all out of your you're like, I want to imagine it's like you're dropping stuff, and like your mech is dropping things and then grabbing them with the other hand. So it's like swapping hands with the weapons that you're using, like blocking like his knife attacks with your pistol, everything tossed over, and then you bring up and like he tries to grab your pistol and there's a struggle, and then you pull the trigger and it blows out some very essential like systems, and you can hear alarms going off from his own mech, and he's like.
Oh, fuck this. I'm getting out of here. Oh, fuck this.
And you see him. So, okay, is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Are you sure? Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Because I know you wanted to get towards barricade as well. But God. Bad Wes fault. He gets up and he starts moving away from you, running. You hear over the comms, Domino goes, "You only retreat when we say so. That's that's an order." And then you hear the NHF guy go,
You're only hired help. You're not even part of the NHF. I don't have to listen to you. And then he's like, I'm getting the fuck. And
as soon as he says fuck, the ground shifts more, and you see a pillar rise out of the ice and just catch up the mech. And then like it turns and like settles, and you see this mech is in the maws of this worm-like creature that's got like predator mouth going on with like a maw, and you see rows of teeth inside of it. And then you see arm bursts out one side, arm bursts outside the other side, and you can just hear over the mech
oh god, what is this thing? What is this? Ah!
And then as it squeezes down on the mech, and there's just an explosion, and then like parts rain down around, and this worm is facing you right down, Wrath. At that moment, Mona, Naito, Barricade goes,
Domino, I think it's time to go.
and you just hear from Domino, I agree. So they are both going to use their actions to disengage with both Pinto and Drift.
So we can't Overwatch attack?
Can't Overwatch attack because they are utilizing their actions to go ahead and leave. They start. They're not going to get completely off, but they start running away. Domino is going to... You see the chest open up of Domino's mech, HELLBEAST, and you see the guy in the chair of it has... what's the best way to describe this? Okay. It is a guy. He's got a white fur, like a white puffy jacket with a black fur collar around it. And he's got an eye patch over his right eye, red hair with green like highlights in it, and he's got he's like a cigarette in his mouth. And you can see a barcode has been tattooed on his cheek. And he goes, "HELLBEAST, right? I've heard about you. I'll be seeing you around the planet side." And he flicks the cigarette out, and then the chest closes up. And he uses his action, and you see thrusters pull out around his backside and boosts him away from you. Close off. You don't take any damage or anything like that, but he starts boosting off as well. Oh, shoot. There we go. Boosting off towards that direction. Let's see, who else? You hear Heracles over the comm go, what the fuck? What the fuck is that thing? And there's going to be attack on it.
Control. I thought you said this planet was barren.
You're sending out a message to Control?
Yep.
Got it. All right. Takes a little bit. He shoots the side of it, and you see the sniper round blasts into the side of this thing, and there's a small hole made on it, and it gives out a roar as it gets to the side, and it turns and looks towards where it came from. And then you just hear the captain go, oh, okay, fire's out. I think I got everything under control. Oh, what the fuck? And then you just see the old rusted mech turn and start walking back towards the fortress. With that, this thing is out and about. What are you all doing?
Domino has not left the field yet. Sorry, Domino hasn't left the field yet.
Domino is starting to leave the field, but hasn't completely left the field. Is thrusting off.
All right.
Hey, Wes.
Yes.
On the map here, our engineer mech is destroyed now, right? Is the worm exactly where it was?
Yeah, let me go ahead and draw that guy up here for you all, just as a visual aid.
Thank you.
Are we out of initiative order? Or are we still in initiative order?
I'm going to essentially say that you all can have an action to do something.
Okay, then as Domino's leaving, I'm going to say, you can't leave yet. I haven't given you my autograph, and I'm going to boost forward, reload, fire straight onto him. And I'll use my advantage roll on this one.
All right, go for it. Go ahead and make that attack.
Thank you for advantage. 19.
There it is.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Oh, I should take a picture of this. 20 damage and 2 heat.
Whoo! Okay, so as you're like, can't do that yet. I gotta give you my autograph, and you hear oh, go fuck, and then boom, as a laser cuts right through the middle half of it. He doesn't have defenses up, so you've kind of noticed that like he was using his free action to keep defenses up, so he wasn't taking as much damage as you were all dealing out. But since he used his actions to retreat, you cut him right in, and you hear a as the back of it pops open, and you see his chair launch out. He goes, ah! As the chair launches out, and you just see the domino just torpedo back towards the ice, and it collapses into the ground. As it hits the ground, you see another but smaller worm burst up and grab it and start shaking on the domino mech and like toss it aside.
I'll stow the rifle, turn now that I'm grounded at like at like 4 heat. I'm holding on to, so just steam coming off of the kill box. Mech, just go, I think we're done here, yeah?
What is everybody else doing?
Where is this? Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay.
I just want to know where the second smaller worm is.
It's right in front of me. Where
it's right over there. Here.
Okay.
But it's currently occupied with the destroyed domino mech.
Yeah, it's like right over here, but it's working with Domino's mech.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Garrus, and then I'm gonna do a tactical reload, very flashy reload of my handgun, rifle, and pulse cannon that's on the back, just sort of twirling things. I throw the rifle in the air, I expend a nuclear charge or whatever, load it back into the plasma cannon. And I'm gonna brace myself. I have these like sort of mounts on the bottom of my mech, like extra feet that come out, so I brace myself, have my knife, have my plasma cannon ready, have my pistol ready, and I'm gonna hop on the comms and say, guys, I'm gonna need a little help. That's
Perfect.
it. That's what I'm doing.
What are you doing, Drift?
I move toward the worm,
Okay.
like straight forward, and I attack with my my charge blade.
Perfect. All right. Go ahead and give me a roll there. Give me a d20 roll.
All right. Boom. 18.
18. Perfect. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
All right. Boom. I got a 3.
3. You start cutting, you slide in, you like slide around, and your thrusters push you forward. And you do a stab, slice out, and then bring it around, and then slice it again. And the worm's just going, roar, just like roaring as you cut into it. And it was gonna like, you see it was gonna lunge for Garza, for drop shot, but then it turns towards you. Pinto, Weekender, ICEBOX, what are you doing?
I'm running down barricade.
You're running to... Okay. Perfect. All right. Go ahead and we're going to move you. And go ahead and give me an attack as you're lunging towards barricade.
13.
13. That just hits.
I think I just rolled max damage.
Oh, geez.
13 damage.
13 damage. As structures go off, as you punch right down the back, you hear there's a snap in the mech, and you hear over the comms,
Oh, no, I'm not going out like this. And the arm grabs the legs that you just like kind of like mangled and rips them off. And then a thruster, like the back thruster, kind of pushes forward a little bit more. You can still give chase, but she's running. But yeah, that's it. That's just her reaction, is that she's going to boost thrust a little bit more.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And then Weekender and ICEBOX, what are you doing?
You're still in domino voice.
Thank you. Wait.
Thank you.
Breathe. Okay. Weekender is going to say out loud, Astucious, let's get out the secret weapon. And an extra cannon is going to so the big epaulets on the mech, the one on the right is going to fold back and a big cannon's going to come out. And I'm gonna shoot at the little worm.
Target locked on.
And I got a 15.
Firing.
As you got a 15 to hit, go ahead and roll damage. This is the prototype weapon, correct?
That's gonna be a 7.
Boom.
Yes.
And kind of describe how it looks when it fires.
It's an energy cannon, so it's got a core of just like white hot energy with a bunch of like electric sparks around it.
Perfect. And it just launches out and it tears into the side of this worm that's tearing into the domino mech. And it slings the mech off and you see it launch and it goes into a mountainside and it just hits the mountainside and it turns and it's kind of messed up and mangled and it gives out a smaller kind of growl, yelp, a holler, and then it dives back into the ice and runs away, and you can see the other big worm give out almost like a reply. And I'm going to give a little bit of flavor as all of your drones and turrets start turning and shooting at this bigger worm here. ICEBOX, what are you doing?
ICEBOX is definitely going to move a little bit over this way. And then she's going to... So reloading is a quick action, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Because her missiles aren't a heavy weapon, so I think she can reload her missiles and fire them. And she's gonna fire them at the big worm, but she's gonna say, "Guys, I don't think we're supposed to fight the worms."
You heard the guy. Bring back samples if we can.
As you're doing that, go ahead and roll attack.
Yeah, I got a 14.
Boom, 14. Go ahead and roll me damage.
That's 3 damage.
3 damage as you launch a bombardment of missiles into it. Everybody's firing onto it. Drift is attacking. Wrath, I'm assuming that you're firing with your pistol.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then you hear a...
1 second there, lads, lasses, and lads, laddies, and ladies. I'm coming in hot as you see
a dropship coming in, and then off the side, miniguns come off the side and start peppering the side of the worm as it flies back. The worm, realizing that it's like out of like its element and everything, getting peppered by fire, gives out a roar and then dives, and it's getting like flecks of its like skin tissue like falling onto the ice and it's freezing and everything, and you can see steam coming out of its body, and it turns and it dives and like crushes into the ice back under the surface and turns and assumes to run away. As you're all kind of have like the smoke and everything kind of drifting through, you're all kind of looking out. You hear a cry of something coming from the mountains off in the distance. It seems like those worms. And then you hear over the intercoms, Heracles Garza goes, "Well, seems like we just woke the neighbors." And with that, we are going to call the end of our first episode of Crack the Sky Alpha. Excellent job. Thank you all for sticking with us. We went a little bit longer, but it worked out pretty well. I think it was pretty excellent. Worked out pretty well. Excellent. Perfect. Awesome. Rad. All right. How do we all feel? Feel good?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I need to make sure the spice flows next session.
Yes. All right. So before we get out of here, we're not going to keep you folks too long. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Great reception. This episode will be on our YouTube on Wednesday if you missed it, and it'll also be on the VOD just in case. I know some people don't like to watch VOD on Twitch because it can get kind of weird and everything like that. Please go check out shmeppy.com. You saw how useful it was in this. Kept everything, so go check that out. Go check out John Sullivan. They have their PayPal linked to the About section under shmeppy.com, so you can go ahead and throw some money at them. Thank you so much, John, for letting us use this tool. It's excellent. Shout out to Masiff for creating the system. You can check it out there at that link right there, that itch.io link or itch.io link, however you pronounce it, I don't know. But check that out. They have that and the long rim and everything. You can also check out their Discord. You can check out our Discord. And our YouTube and our Patreon. There's links all over the places. People will hit it with links. And before we go, I want these phenomenal people to tell you in the round where we can find them. Different links. Go follow them on their occasional places. Let's start in reverse order here. Riker, Choi, Wrath. Go ahead and just, if you got something to say, something to hawk or sell or anything like that.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I have nothing to sell. If you are into astral projecting, hit me up.
Oz is on the Discord as well. There's his Venmo, so be Venmo friends. All right, next we have Leslee or ICEBOX.
Yep. So I'm Leslee. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I do a gaming podcast called Hot Garbage Gaming. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts. I just edited a new episode that should be up later today. Oh, I set it for midnight, so I guess that's tonight. So that'll be up soon. Otherwise, you can usually catch me on Fridays for the Kingdom Hearts Social War on this exact same channel. But this week we have a fun vignette, so you won't see me, but I'll be in the chat hanging out.
Perfect. All right, and then next we've got Emil King Pinto.
Hey, if I'm in the Discord, find me on Twitter there. Also, I am going to be running a game of Heart, The City Beneath. We are taking applications for players. Please apply. It's going to be fun. It's going to be spooky. It's going to be weird. Just do it.
Yeah. If you're watching this and you're like, I can do exactly what they're doing, no issue, and you like Darkest Dungeon or games of that nature, that kind of theme, then go ahead, hit up the applications. I'm refreshing them tomorrow morning, but you can find them on our Twitter. I'll refresh them. You can also see them. They're in Looking for Group on our Discord, but go ahead and apply. We're looking for people. It's going to be taking the place of Rage Across Birmingham once we hit that cap and everything past VHC. So go ahead and check that out. All right, and then next we have HELLBEAST.
Hey everybody, I'm Zak Vaudo. I've been HELLBEAST for this game. That's my Twitter handle down there. You can find me Monday. I'll be in the chat on twitch.tv/tablegoth watching No Kindred Hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday I'll be on twitch.tv/ATL by night. And Saturday, I will be on twitch.tv/levelup_TTV playing Vancouver Adjacent by night. That's all this week. It'll repeat again next week, Crack the Sky, ATL, Vancouver, and I will also be participating in Virtual HorrorCon with Gehenna Gaming.
Yes. All right. And then after Zach, we've got Zeke or Weekender. Software muted.
Yep, I forgot.
No, you're fine.
Hey, again, I'm Zeke. Founder and president of We Are Games at the Twitter handle underneath my face. We're an immersive media company. We're also going to be playtesting our first tabletop RPG that we're developing at Virtual HorrorCon from the 19th to the 21st. What else? You should definitely join Wes's awesome Discord. I'm a mod there. We love new people. It's a great place and a great time. I think that's all I got.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, the Phasing Octopus. Drift.
My Twitter is Phasing Octopus. You see it under there. But on everything else, I'm the Phasing Octopus. Like, you gotta say the whole thing. Like a pimp named Slickback or a Tribe Called Quest, right? I'll be doing gaming streams, music streams, just randomly, sporadically.
Yep. Go ahead and check out the Phasing Octopus on Bandcamp and on Twitch and on Twitter and on Instagram, all that good stuff. Some of the music that you heard here tonight, like the opening track, the intro track, and the track that you're going to be hearing after this, as well as Drift's theme, was made by the Phasing Octopus. Also, thank you to Sneakernet as well, or Zach, our very own Zak Vaudo, or HELLBEAST. A lot of the themes that you heard tonight, including HELLBEAST's theme and the battle theme, was made, and we were allowed so graciously to use it. So thank you. Excellent. I am Wes Franks, or Brother Wes. You can find me on the Discord. You can find me at Twitter, at BrotherXWes, at Comfort Carrion for our Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. You can check out the Patreon there, where we're having new stuff come out more and more. Check out VHC. That's coming up February 19th through 21st. I'm running 2 streams, and Carrion Comfort Studios is going to be hosting a lot of actual plays, but I'm running 2 actual plays. I can't say too much about them because they haven't been confirmed on the schedule yet, but if you were patrons in our Patreon, then you were given hints as to what I'm going to be running in the Patreon. So, if you want to get a little bit of hints on that stuff. Also, we're planning a movie night for patrons up soon. So go ahead and check that stuff out. It's only $2 to $30. It's cheap as heck. You put it in for whatever, and you get a free sticker. So for the first month, every new patron gets a free sticker. I'm designing those. They look very cool. All that good stuff. Drink more Ovaltine. Drink your water. Take your meds. Take care of yourself. We will be back here Wednesday. I've been taking some nights off to get ready for VHC, so I haven't been streaming video game stuff on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. This Wednesday, I will be back. I promise. I will be here. Things have been I've been getting ready. I'm working on some freelance stuff. I've got a lot of stuff in the works, working on that. But also, then Friday, we have our vignette for Kingdom Hearts: The Interstitial War. You'll see more announcements about that this upcoming week. We have Monster Heart 2 coming up after VHC in March. We've got Heart: The City Beneath, where the applications are still open for that. And, oh wow, there's just a lot of stuff. And then you've got Episode 2 of Crack the Sky Alpha, Transmission 2, Divinations, coming out this Sunday. Same time, same place, same cast, same people. Whew, that's a lot of stuff. I think I'm done. I think I'm ready. I don't think anybody else has any other announcements. So that's it for us. Go ahead. Go check out some other people. Thank you, Garrus. Sleepy Garrus. And take care of yourself. Do not forget, comfort comes soon. Thank you all so very much. Bye. Birmingham on Saturday. I forgot. There's a lot of stuff happening. I can't believe I forgot. But yes, more werewolf